who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play it, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they drive the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts. Never waste time, you got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off, what do you like? Make a dream job, no 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they drive the chains, you can say no, free me. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill, no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they drive the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts. Never waste time, you got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off, what do you like? Make a dream job, no 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they drive the chains, you can say no, free me. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test, expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second, this life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing, new focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession, you got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take a redemption, just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon, 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play it, but you're never gonna beat me, look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy, bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me, muddy hands break through the chains, go free me, people like sheep move feet, hurt it easy, you don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheme, better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me, when they drive the chains you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race, life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheme. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they drive the chains, you can say no, free me. Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test, expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second, this life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing, new focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession, you got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take a redemption, just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon, 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me, look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy, bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me, muddy hands break through the chains, go free me, people like sheep move feet, hurt it easy, you don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheme, better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me, when they drive the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race, life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheme. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they drive the chains, you can say no, free me. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test, expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess, what's happening next, He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second, this life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing, new focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession, all in his possession, you got their attention, I'll leave an impression and take a redemption, just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon, 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me, look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test. Expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess. What's happening next? He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just hold an obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions in the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test. Expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess. What's happening next? He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just hold an obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they drag the chains, you can say no, free me. Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test. Expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess. What's happening next? He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they drag the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off, I'ma break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft, you can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life, better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss, just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they drag the chains, you can say no, free me. Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test. Expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess. What's happening next? He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill, no discretion. Your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they drag the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place, I wanna be first. Work till it hurts, dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few
Yes, people, welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome back to another Blue Morning show. I wouldn't say transfer news, a show or transfer watch. It's over. Take a deep breath. It's over and it's been stressful. It's been tiring. It's been exhausting. But finally, it's over. We're going to talk about today, look back at all, okay, if possible, maybe all the players that we thought we were going to sign, those we didn't sign, those we eventually, signed. And then we'll review it and see. It's going to be a fun show overall, and just put it that way. So, welcome back. Sit back, relax, and let's get into the show. Yes, people, blue morning to you all because it is, in fact, a blue morning to you. But good morning, and good afternoon, and good evening. I wholeheartedly offer whatever suits your time zone. Let's get into the show. Again, it's going to be fun, like I promised. It's been exhausting. It's been tiring. Again, it's been everything. It's been a one hell of a coaster. We have the panic bus. We have the panic bus driver. We have the panic train. We have the panic train driver. We have panic airplane, and we have the panic airplane pilot. We have panic yacht, and we have the panic yacht pilot. But overall, again, it's been fun. Overall, we learned quite a lot to it. Some we learned some good lessons, if I'm allowed to, phrase it that way. Yeah, because we learned not to trust everything we read out there. Again, some lesson for me, even though I've been there for a while. I followed the transfer market for a while now, and I still haven't learned. I saw some stuff. I believe them. It turned out some of them are absolute nonsense. But that's, by the way, more importantly, we're through it, and you can argue, yep, our beloved club, we did quite well, better than most people think we did. And even if you weren't paying attention, surprisingly, what you're seeing on the screen, that's not it. I'm missing Kukurea. If we're talking about the first team, well, that's those were sure that are going to be part of the first team. I'm missing Kukurea. I'm missing Chukwuemeka, Carney. That's 2, 4, 5. Again, that's like 7 players plus a Casade plus a Slonina. All the players were signed. Again, it's been a brilliant window for us, and I've been always optimistic, like I've always said before, that I'm sure that by the time the transfer window shuts, we're going to have a good window. And believe me, that's the case. If you ask me, I'd say that's the case. So again, thanks and kudos to Todd Bowley and co. They did a brilliant job. Like I've always said, he didn't become a billionaire by being a stupid. He's a smart man. He handled it. I was concerned that some people left the club up prematurely, and that will, make the whole thing difficult for the man. It turns out the man knew exactly what he was doing all the while. So let's get into the show. And here I have my brother, Blue Blood. I'm sure that's Tobago. They say Kukurea forgotten already. Literally. It's not a matter of forgetting him. Maybe that's the case. But again, where am I going to fix him in? That shows you already the Todd Bowley and co. that they did a brilliant job. In fact, we didn't start early. We entered the market very, you could say very late, because at the time where everyone else, all the clubs were busy, talking to players they want to bring into their club. Our concern then was to make sure that our club survives when we're going through a rough time. Again, very stressful time, even more stressful than the transfer window itself. We feared there were fears that our club, we were gonna lose our club. We're gonna go into financial administration and all that. Sanctions were in place. We were allowed to talk with players, but we were not allowed to get them to put pen to paper. All those things. But you see how the owners, in a very smart way, they were able to navigate those obstacles and still do some, you could say it's a brilliant winter still, because by the time these guys start playing together, gel as a unit, man, believe me, we'll be a force to reckon with. And what a defense we'll have, by the way. Again, but that's by the way, again, hi, all says Abhinav, how are you doing, brother? I hope you're doing well. I won the pie. I don't think it still happened. It would only have been possible had he, been successful in terminating his contract. But that's not going to happen. I guess you're just being sarcastic here. You want Zaha, you want Alvarez, yep. You want the Leeds. Keep going. You want Matthews, Nunes, all of them. Yeah, but I get it. Toxic Whitey, I hope you're doing well, brother. Thanks for finding the time to join the show. I appreciate you being part of the show. Being watching Albas interview, the way he laughs, open his mouth, I could swear it is of someone with a good jaw. Is there anywhere it was confirmed his jaw is broken and the guy is ready to start? If that's how you see it, that's you. We're not a doctor. Remember, again, after the horrible event we heard about, he had to go visit the doctor. So the doctors would take, X-rays and all that. So his jaw doesn't have to. That's a hilarious comment. Anyway, the upper part of his jaw doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to, should I say, project to the left, while the upper part projects to the right for you to know that it's broken. It doesn't mean that he can't speak. There are some bones that can, even if you break them, you'd still be using that part of your body. But deep in, you'll be feeling some sort of pain, but doctors will see it. The modern medicine changed everything. Even with an injection, you wouldn't know he broke a bone or that. But that's, by the way, again, the good thing is that we signed him, even if it doesn't stand until 3 months' time. I'm still fine. I'm still okay with it. Here we have, again, what if Zach becomes a cover loan kind of access? I think a success. Remember, he was once a baller before Juve more. Again, and was listed in Ballon d'Or. One might say Saul was once a Ballon d'Or too, but Zach is physical, fast and aggressive. Zach is a different profile player compared to Saul Niguez. In this case, I think he's still a good player. There's one thing I have to remind you: this Allegri, the way he approaches football, I don't like it. He can make one of the best players in the whole world look average because he's so defensive minded. The only time you'd see his team attack like that, an attacking team, when they play a team that they can beat. But Zach is still a good player. Nothing have changed in Zach. Even if you've seen him play for Juventus, you'd still see he still has it in him. And again, everything Allegri likes to approach the game, but Zach he's a fine player. And I'm sure before we went for him, Thomas Tuchel said he wanted him. We didn't just decide to go for Zach. And he's a player, actually, Chelsea wanted him. We wanted them. If my memory serves me correct. That was the time it was everywhere. It was again every content creator was talking about Denis Zakaria, and I did make a video also. So I've been following him for a while with Nichelle. We talked about, he was talking about why the club should sign him. I think it was, you can say, one of my scouting for Chelsea episodes or so. So he's a fine player for me again. And the good thing is that the people are not expecting so much of him. To me, that's usually a good sign in the Chelsea fan base. When we least expect somebody, to perform, they usually, overproduce, if you want to phrase it that way. But we expect too much of them. For signing, sometimes they underperform. So it's a good thing for him. And the buy that is the buy option. The price isn't actually expensive. He's such a good player. I'm wondering, Juventus bought him for how much? 8 million? That's cheap. So again, I want to say thank you to everybody in the chat who are watching. If you haven't, please take a second to like the video. Let's get it to 100 likes by the time we get to 1 hour mark into the show. That will go a long way, because the more you like the video, the more the YouTube algorithm will be triggered, and the more people will be able to reach, and the more fun the show will be. And remember, Since the transfer window is now over, the plans for the Roman Abramovich tribute context will come into play. But we have a new rule. Before you be selected, you must have a working, a PayPal account, or have access to something like Western Union or MoneyGram. Again, for personal reasons, I'm saying that. But that's, by the way, again, this is him talking to Jafta. Jafta, I hope you're doing well. I forgot. And Adminab, I hope you're doing well. Sorry, I haven't said hello to you guys. Just read in the comments. Again, let's go. Let's go. Hawk on that like a button, people. Yes, yep, kill it. Punch it. Whatever you want to do with the like button, do it. Let's get it up to 100 likes as soon as possible. Please help me do that. And I want all the mods to keep reminding people as they arrive to hit the like button so that I can talk less of it and concentrate on the show. And my brother, I've seen the Other Time podcast. He has a show scheduled for today already. If that's the case, don't forget to share the link to the show so people can go drop a like for you there. And that will never help you reach more people. Again, thank you very much, people. Keep liking the video and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And DOF, oosh, because I retired as a Panic Airways pilot. Our season starts this weekend. Yeah, I think you could argue that our season starts this particular weekend. Why? Again, because players will now come to terms. Some players that were pushing to leave, they will now come to terms that they're not going to leave. So again, they have to remain professional or risk their careers at the same time. So I think some of them, given that again, we've seen the manager's willingness to change the system, to a much inclusive system to accommodate, those players we have there who's suitable to that particular system. I think they would change. Their attitude would change. They'll become happier. And I see Christian Pulisic playing more games. I see Hakim Ziyech playing more games and even maybe extend his stay at Chelsea Football Club. But that's, by the way, again, a big up for myself. Again, Ibrahim Mukas, big up to you too. I hope you're doing well. It says Romano confirms that the Aubameyang is out for a month. Again, that's not bad. The good thing is that we have him here. He's a human being, and we should be sympathetic with him. Let him, take care of himself first. He's not gonna, get well and run away. He remains our player. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate that update. Toxic YT, and I like your sarcasm. By the way, that's my kind of joke. Again, what else do we have here? Aubameyang could just wear a mask. Maybe what they did to him goes beyond, his jaw. If it was just his jaw, yeah, he could just wear a mask. But let him take his time, get better. We have Broya, and I think Broya can do well. We have good enough of players in the squad to start and do well in his absence. He can wear the Hannibal mask. Yeah, I get it. Again, NGL, that's Zakaria. Again, felt like a panic buy in my eyes. Some people would think so because we haven't heard so much about him for a while. But believe me, it's a good buy. This again, like I think it was who was that talked about it already. This will be more like the Kovacic buy, one that will look back and say, "Wow, what a buy!" Go watch this video and see what he's capable of doing. They say one man's poison is another man's food. And I think that's the case. That would be the case again for the signing of Zakaria. It's a low-key signing, no pressure on him to perform, and he will end up doing well for us. Please, as you're coming in, keep liking the video and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We have just 29 likes. The plan is to get it to 100. Get it to 100 likes before we get to the 1 hour mark. That does a lot for the channel. So thank you for all the support. I appreciate that already. Again, we got to 6,000 subscribers the other day, but already we're at 6,195 subscribers. We're getting closer and closer to 10,000 subscribers. So yeah, again, that's a good one there. I appreciate that. Chelsea have just posted a video of Aubameyang at Stamford Bridge. His jaw looks fine to me, but they say it's out. Come on, people. Why are we so in a hurry to see Aubameyang start? Let the guy, he needs a break. Here's the thing. you gotta understand also he probably suffered some emotional damage which needs time to heal. Armed men attacked his house, beat him up, not just him, beat up those that were in the house with him too. The only thing you heard, we heard he broke a bone in the jaw or broke his jaw, something like that. So how about the emotional aspect of the whole thing? Those things are actually the emotional aspect of the whole, situation he faced when those guys, broke into his house. That's actually the most difficult to overcome. So give the guy a break, let him recover both emotionally and otherwise, and be fully ready. I don't want to see. Listen, I don't want to see a case of. If you remember when we signed for Fernando Torres, we were so in a rush to start him, and in that game against Liverpool, if you ask him, I'd say he regrets starting that game. But maybe the case was Carlo Ancelotti who just wanted to start him and felt like if he starts him, he'd score. So give the guy a break, please. Let him recover. Again, and I have my brother Tobago in the house. I'll be back to you in a bit. Again, let me try and catch up with those we have in the chat. Now we have Wally Waldo. Again, also Zakaria used to play for Dortmund. Really?
That's a lie.
No, yeah, I think that I don't. Let me check. Wally Waldo, you're sure? It's a possibility. I don't know. I know he played. Was it Leipzig? Tobago, was it Leipzig that he played for?
No, it's not Leipzig. There is a Muchembeck. Let me just double check for you.
Yeah. That's again. But no, Dortmund. I don't remember. Let me see. Let me check Denis Zakaria's clubs. That's a chance that's the case. So again, what I heard is this: Thomas Tuchel knows him probably from the time he player profile transfer, the biography. Let me see clubs he's played for. Where can I find that quickly? Yeah. No, not Dortmund. I've seen Mönchengladbach. No, he hasn't. What?
Yes.
He played for Dortmund?
Yes, he said no, Mönchengladbach.
Yeah, Mönchengladbach. He hasn't played for Dortmund. Again, if you see it anywhere, share it. Let's see. In a centre back against Dortmund. Okay. Oh no, Borussia Mönchengladbach until a serious injury suffered. No, he hasn't. I don't think he's played for Dortmund. Yes, people, please keep liking the video. We're stuck at 39 likes. We can do better than that. Let me see what else we have here. Again, in the video, it looks like he talks fine, but I don't know. Yeah, he talks fine, but that doesn't mean stop. Toxic. Stop, please. That doesn't mean it's not hurt. Give the guy a break. He needs to recover emotionally. That's how I see it. Again, I'll come back to you in a bit, brother. And it's been a while. I hope you're well. Zakaria never played for BB or under Thomas Tuchel. Yeah, exactly. But it's easy to mix it up given the both clubs. The club he played for in Germany has Borussia too, right? In its name. Arguably the best option left for Chelsea. They should sign a Harry Kane from Spurs if they are ready to compete. Kane, Sterling, and Leao. Good luck in late games. I think we will let you lead the race to sign Harry Kane. You be the one to negotiate with Daniel Levy and let us know let us know how he goes. Again, I want Hazard back to Chelsea. Again, I'd like to see that happen, but how about maybe the club prefers him staying there because as Madrid wins stuff, we get more money from Madrid. Maybe he's more valuable staying at Madrid than returning to Chelsea Football Club. I don't know if that's the case. But that's by the way again. What's up, guys? Shetty, how are you doing, brother? I hope you're doing well. Nice to see you. Mr. Kuchila, he says again, hello, Mr. Kuchila. And Kumran again. Morganatas Kumran, I hope you're doing well. I apologize if I butchered your name, but thank you, brother, for saying hello to me. That makes me happy. At least some people, recognize that I'm here. And again, Abdurrahman Abdullahi, how are you, brother? I hope you're doing well. Hello to you too. Chavon Igwe, Why would a Chelsea fan want Hazard back? Because Chelsea is home for Eden Hazard, and some of us believe, some of us serious Eden Hazard fans believe that again, if it comes to Chelsea, he'd tear the Premier League apart again. Why? Because Chelsea is home, and sometimes when things aren't going your way, the only option is to go home, and when you go home, you feel at home, you feel better. So I feel if Eden Hazard comes back to Chelsea, he'd feel at home, he'd feel better, he'd start firing all cylinder again. But I think maybe the club prefers him staying at Madrid. Maybe the add-ons are still active. So the better the more trophy he wins there, the more money we get. So it's like, what's the phrase for it? Some investment that takes on its own life, and as long as that investment is still existing, the club still makes money. That's where I see it. Welcome back, brother. Welcome back to you too. So, how do you rate our transfers? We'll get to that in a bit. Shetty, again, why there is no Cucurella in the background? Tell me where you want me to fix them. But it was easy to forget that because even actually, I nearly forgot adding Fofana because after adding Aubameyang, Zakaria, Sterling, and Koulibaly, there were literally no space. I had to adjust again, so it was easy to forget Cucurella. But again, that's by the way. I think we know we signed them, so them not being on the poster doesn't change anything. So I'm going to come to you quickly and ask you this question. And with that, again, I'm going to scroll to the very, very bottom while he speaks. Let me see quickly. Just say hello to people again. I'm not going to try to read everything. Remember, I'm still a bit under the weather, but I appreciate all your support. And after that, I will scroll to the very bottom. Let me see anybody that I haven't said hello to here. Giovanni Jafta, again, how are you doing, brother? I hope you're doing well. And here we have, again, Adekunle Temitope, my brother. Bolly and Titi have done enough to earn my trust on the turbulent circumstances they've had. Yes, exactly, to deal with. It can only get better as the dust settles at Stamford Bridge. That's just the truth. I think we have some smart owners. You know, they've done it. They've surprised a lot of people this window. Again, given the circumstances we find ourselves in, we went from Sangare to Alvarez to Zakaria, 100% panic buy. If that's how you see it, again, but I know if as the season progresses, we see the guy starts firing all cylinder, I know you take back your words. We spend lots of money in the transfer window. First Chelsea, second is Man United. Again, because we want to do well, and again, because of how many players we lost, we had no option. We didn't have the luxury to do otherwise. We had to spend if we really want to compete. Even though we thought that the rebuild process was going to be gradual. If we decided again to take it gradually, then we must be content with finishing outside the top four. But I think the plan is no matter what happens, we must get Champions League football. That's the way it sounds, what it sounds like. Big up everyone. I don't know, again, if it was addressed earlier, but do you think we should have kept Gilmour and give him a proper chance? I think we should have kept Billy Gilmour, honestly. It hasn't been addressed. Am I actually annoyed and not happy we'll let him go? It just doesn't make sense. Even with Zakaria, I think we should have still kept Gilmour. If Toko really likes the way Jorginho plays, then Billy Gilmour can fulfill that role even better than Jorginho does. He's more physical than Jorginho, progresses the ball better than Jorginho. Again, and he's a mashup of a regista and a defensive midfielder. The only thing you can argue that Jorginho has over him is experience, and other than that, nothing else. Let me come to you quickly, because if I keep reading what we have in the chat, and I see Esamano says, let me see where this again. He says something about where Esamano says Zakaria played for Borussia Dortmund, but I'm going to just go highlight. That's an important comment there. Let me just say hello to some people. I'll try to come up to where I stopped. Big up to the Queen of the House again. She says, "Good morning to you, Kachila. Good morning to you too. I hope you're doing well. Nice to see you." And I want to look at a very important comment here from Esamano, which says some important stuff. Say minor fracture. It says minor fracture, contact training as of next week. Yep, he needs to recover emotionally. Some stuff here again. Okay, Esmano says, where's Carney Chukwuemeka? Again, yeah, that's a lot of people aren't there. So there's we signed some good players, but there's no space to accommodate them all. I'm gonna come to you now, my brother Tobago. Your thoughts again on on the transfer window overall. How were you able to deal with it? Because even though I was confident, it was so tiring, it was exhausting, it wasn't easy. And quickly, big up to my brother DJ Sa. Thank you for finding time to join, bro. I appreciate you, everything you've done. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. Go ahead, Tobago.
Okay, first of all, big up, coach. I hope you're good.
Big up to you too, brother. In a while, again, I know we're all busy.
Yeah, to be honest, from my side, as I said before, I was never on a panic mode. I never went for a panic mode. So overall, I'm happy with the work towards building Thomas Tuchel and the new owners overall, what they have done for us after those sanctions, because we are fearing that our club might be non-existing at this time. So I'm happy about that. Also, about you mentioned Billy Gilmore. I always tell people that loan for Billy Gilmore last season, that was the worst mistake of is either Billy Gilmore or Chelsea or everyone, because that changed Billy Gilmore future at Chelsea due to that he didn't do well there. But again, at least they should have loaned him again. But again, it's not us. We can talk every day about him, but the club decides. So someone has said Zakaria is a panic buy. Come on, like really, people don't understand transfer. So would you say Wesley Fofana or Koulibaly were a panic buy because we couldn't get Jose Koundé, Delete, or Kimpembe, or who's that guy from Skriniar? The transfer doesn't work like that. You have a list of players that you want. You have maybe top one or two priorities. If you can't get them, you're going to go to the next one. So unfortunately, we were able to get Zakaria. We didn't get a chance to get Alvarez from Ajax due to the Netherlands transfer window. It's already closed. So they can't replace him. That's why they said they won't release him because they can't replace him. So can I take this call?
Go ahead, take your call. Here's the thing. Again, I'm saying this. I'm glad we signed Zakaria the way we did. He comes in, low profile. He comes in low key. No too much pressure on him. Believe me, the history I believe will end up like that's Kovacic's story. This guy will change quite a lot for us, and I'm happy. I have to be honest with you. I am very happy that Hakim Ziyech is staying. I'm very happy that Christian Pulisic is staying. We're seeing the manager's willingness to change the system. And again, that means a lot to me. That means quite a lot to me. Again, Ziyech will get a chance to play in his preferred position. And believe me, we'll see how, again, what I'm seeing, I see something he tried on occasions to find. I think he tried to find Raheem Sterling on occasions during the last game he played. Again, in his preferred position, when that clicks, like I said that day during the pregame show, Raheem Sterling may well be his Chelsea's Queen's Promise. That telepathic, you can say, chemistry Hakim Ziyech had with Queen's Promise at Ajax. I'd see it materialize at Chelsea Football Club. Again, and I'm going to do a poll to find out your signing of the window, and I'll probably do it in 2 batches because I'm allowed to have just how many options in one go. 1, 2, 3, 4 options in one go. So after that, we'll do another batch. Now you're going to pick your signing of the window from this batch, and we'll do another batch, pick your signing of the window. So we'll see who the fans, I think, is the signing of the window. So again, go ahead, you go for it. Again, Zakaria, again, he will surprise people. And I'm saying that and saying it boldly, believe me. Again, my brother here, the Adderton podcast, he has a show. again, for plan for today, unfortunately, I cannot be part of it because I'll be traveling. Again, I'll be traveling. I have a lot of preparations to do, plus all the errands. But it's just I'll be back on Monday, and I'll see if my friend Dan or Ty or DJ will be able to host the pregame show or the Blue Morning show. I'll hand it over to whoever is capable of doing it for me. He let us know about the show when you have time, if you schedule it. If not, again, but don't forget to share the link to your channel. You don't have to wait for me to ask you to do so. Here we have Aubameyang talking fine in just this new video. I don't know if he will be out. I think he'll be out. Again, I think Chelsea will get Zaha in January and Depay. Possibly. Zaha will more likely join us on a free because he seemed willing to join Chelsea from what I read out there. Again, Wally Walder, so Broha should get a chance before Albert does. Broha will get a chance. All these players will play. We have lots of games to play. It's not like it's just the Premier League alone. So again, it's about a rotation, and rotation will be key. We don't want to see a situation where a player, gets overplayed and then gets mentally tired. That's one thing I dread under Thomas Tuchel. Again, in some positions, he has players he prefers, to play. And once he has a preference in a certain position, he keeps on playing that particular player until that player gets tired mentally. A prime example being Mason Mount. He will keep playing him because of his energy. And Mason Mount, even, when he's mentally tired, you still see him run. You still see him press. Again, you won't even know that he's tired until you notice that his decision making is way off. But that's, by the way, again, let me see what more I can get and bring in Tobago to continue with what he was saying. Here we have, again, Abdurrahman Abdullah. He says, I wish we play Alba, again, Broya and Stalin as a front three, so that Mount and Havertz raised their game up. But a certain match was worrying. Again, I am tired of playing of players throwing the managers under the bus in Chelsea. I think that hasn't been the case. That has not been the case at Chelsea. I think a player power for Chelsea, you could say that era is past. Again, it depends, but it may well creep back in. It depends on how Todd Boehly and the new owners and his co-owners, how they handle things. But I think they've shown they're not going to allow players to have a power over the manager. It's a dangerous thing to do. You'd spend so much trying to fix, the issues the players will cause if you allow that to happen at the club. Thank you very much for that contribution there. Want to see Alba play upcoming matches. I think he'd get his chance. I don't want him to be rushed back in. I've said that. Hit the like button for the transfer window. It's now closed, and we are all at peace. Take a deep breath, people. Just take a second. Take a deep breath. It will go a long way. I am serious. Go ahead, Tobago, with what you're saying, brother.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, crystal clear, bro. Crystal clear.
Yes. All I'm saying, people should understand what is the meaning of panic buy. A club, as I said, a club have a list of players that they want priorities, and then they start from the top. If you can get certain players, you're going to look for this one, just like we did with Fofana, Koulibaly, Skriniar, Kempembe, many players. We couldn't sign all of them, but we got 2 center backs. So Zakaria, I can see why people are saying Zakaria is a panic buy, but again, after that Southampton game, it shows Thomas Tuchel was so frustrated with his midfielder. He couldn't wait to get a new one so that he can solve some of our issues. Yes, Alvarez was a perfect player for us. Unfortunately, we couldn't get him. But still, I'm glad because Zakaria, we've got something better than nothing. So overall, after what Todd Boehly did, getting rid of a lot of players that were here so many years, they were not good enough. Some of them were doing interviews behind the scene, wanted the coach to be out and stuff, and then Todd Bowley got rid of them. So overall, I'm happy with the transfer. So also now, going forward, we need a sporting director so that Todd Bowley can relax, because he's done a lot for us.
Yeah. Yeah, again, it's been a brilliant window, and I'm glad, I'm happy. I did not give up. I did not panic. I had the panic bus by, the panic train close by, the panic airplane close by. I did not hop on any of them. I remained confident. I trusted Todd Bowley. I've always clamored again that he did become a billionaire, by being dumb. He's a smart man, and again, he showed us how smart he can be. Are you still talking, or should I go ahead and catch up with what we have in the chat? Again, we have to talk about them one by one. And I'll see, and again, from the poll so far, Raheem Sterling from the first batch, that will come in two batches. The first batch, we have Denis Zakaria, Raheem Sterling, Aubameyang, again, and Fofana. So the second batch will include Koulibaly, Carney Chukwuemeka. Am I missing anybody? Slonina. Again, just to bring them on in, we'll now narrow it down and see who the fans that thinks is the signing off the window. Again, hit the like button, people, for the transfer window is now closed. Again, take a deep breath, and believe me, it will do you a world of good. Again, he has broken jaw, so I don't know if he will play. I'm not sure he plays as soon as we think he'd play. Aubameyang, again, yeah, is this he likes to use masks already, so maybe. He'd enjoy this one. Just custom design it to look like the one. What character was it? Movie character was that? I don't remember what exactly. So people, again, keep liking the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you for all the support, all your support and love throughout the duration of the transfer window. Now, again, remember, again, like I said before, in a few days, once I come back, the plan for the Roman Abramovich triple contest will kick on, and it kick off again, but the only criteria added to the, again, you must have a working PayPal account, prove it. You must or have a Western Union or MoneyGram nearby. Again, for personal reasons, I'm saying that, again, that has nearly caused an issue between I and a friend. But again, that's right. We'll talk about that later. Hi, everyone in the chat, and let's see what else we have here. Smash the like button, guys. Keep liking the video. 50 likes, we should get it to 100 as soon as possible. Chelsea posted a new video with Aubameyang about 20 minutes ago. He was talking fine, so I'm not sure. How many times have I read this? Come on, bro, stop. Aubameyang, again, in his match day mask, that would be good to see. I want to see that. Again, will Fofana start against West Ham? I don't know. It all comes down to Thomas Tuchel. Here's the thing. If Trevor Chalobah is ready, I don't think he'd go straight. He'd bring in Fofana straight into the team. As a respect that Trevor Chalobah has been training with the team before Fofana joined. Again, he'd be sending the wrong message. If Trevor Chalobah is fit and ready to go, and he starts Fofana in that position, in the right centre back position, it depends on the system we play. Then I think it'd be sending the wrong message. That's my opinion. I want to get your thoughts, Tobago. Do you think if Fofana is ready to go, Trevor Chalobah should drop to the bench?
To be honest, from my side, is Trevor Chalobah be okay now? Because last time he missed the game due to injury. Is it fine now?
I'm not sure. I'm just asking if it's ready to go, but I doubt it be, since he wasn't ready for the last game. Do you think it would make sense to drop into the bench and start Fofana?
No, it won't make sense.
It will send the wrong message. If it's really about competition, he's been there, right?
Yes.
All right. Again, and thank you very much. And if you want to come in, you can come in anytime and say whatever you want to say. If it has to do with the what I'm reading, fine. Again, let me see. Giovanni Japta says Zakaria is a lazy midfielder. I'm not sure I agree with that. I have to be honest with you. Again, maybe he will add physicality to Chelsea's midfield. but I still think we should have tried it to get Allen from Everton, a good counter replacement. Really? And how old is Allen? Jafta, please again, again. That's your own suggestion, but I prefer Zakaria, and again, like I said before, I'm happy again that we're all seeing him as not good enough. That's when again he will surprise everybody. Some of the greats, came into the game with broken jaws, like Kanye. Oh, I love this one. I love this. And now Alba, yeah. So it's it's a good sign. I love this one really. Yeah, that's a delicious comment right there. Again, reports say he played under Tuchel at Dortmund when he was a youngster. Yeah, I think we've debunked that, and it's easy actually to mix it up because both teams. Tuchel coached
those
Dortmund.
Reports are fake. Those reports are fake. Those reports are fake.
Oh, they're fake. Yeah. They're saying again. Here we have again more than 100 people watching. Again, let's get the likes up. We're just at 53. Let's get it to 100 likes as soon as possible. Please keep liking the video and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Again, I appreciate all the love and support from you guys. I don't know. It's just what I heard from a couple of reports. That's typical of the transfer window. Here I say there are a lot of honest. Look at what Wally Waldo defending himself. Honestly, I've never heard of kids, so I don't know. You're good, Wally. It happens to all of us. Again, if you check the video I made for Denis Zakaria, the buy option should be around 30 million euros, and I made a 30 million pounds. So yeah, so we all make mistakes. So none of us is perfect. It's a human thing. Again, yeah, but I get it. You're fine, bro. You're fine. Much love from me here. Again, Chelsea Dan says that, Coach, good morning. Zakaria never ever played for Dortmund. Okay, he played for a German club, Borussia Mönchengladbach. Can you say it? Can you say it, Tobago? Borussia Mönchengladbach. You can't, right?
I can. There is a Muschenberg.
Is it Muschenberg, not Mönchengladbach?
There is a Muschenberg.
Muschenberg, okay. Yeah, I think I have to learn to pronounce. Again, yeah, Mönchengladbach. Okay, from Gabriel Almasovas. Do you think Chelsea will beat West Ham? I'm not that confident. A form, again, it's not great. You could say the reason you can say, well, disjointed performance, or maybe the lack of cohesion we saw in the team in the last game was like some players weren't really concerned about their future. They really wanted to leave. If you ask me, I'd say Christian Pulisic really wanted to leave, which I don't blame him for. Hakim Ziyech wanted to leave, and I don't blame him for that. But I'm glad they're both staying. I think they'll get enough time and probably end up staying their stay at Chelsea. What do you think, Tobago? Do you think would win that game? Let's answer the question from iToxic. Why?
I'm not confident as you, because previous games that we played were not good enough. So hopefully we win, man. For just to boost our mentality, the fans and the coaching staff. We need this win. So hopefully we win, because West Ham have got a new player that I like, and then it's going to be wonders for them. Pakata.
Mm-hmm.
So we should watch out for him. So we'll wait and see. But I'm glad that James will be back for that game, because at that right back, we lack so many qualities against Southampton. I don't want to talk about our midfielder, because if I start, I won't finish.
Yeah, again, I have to say again, I'm not sure what's going to happen I'd have to think about it before I even do the predicted lineup with the YouTube shots that I do more often. I do every day now. It's a difficult one. I've come to the times that we're in the transition period, and if you paid attention during that last game, our defense lacked cohesion. You could argue the reason why Koulibaly is still struggling is you could say part of lack of you could say proper communication or lack of chemistry, because they haven't the proper chemistry. They haven't developed that chemistry yesterday. Remember that as of now, at this point, we had Cucurella, who's new, Koulibaly, who's new, and both again haven't played with Thiago Silva that much. And I think another thing I'm sensing, I hope that's not the case. Probably before we see the best of Koulibaly will be if Thiago Silva isn't on the pitch and Koulibaly becomes the one leading the back line. I'm sensing that may well happen, but I know, again, as with time, as they play together, I would see a better chemistry between in the back line, or more cohesive display from the Chelsea back line. But at this point, it's non-existent. You could argue they were everywhere. Even you could say that was why Koulibaly found himself, you could say, should I say, no man's land or out of position, that he had to put the guy, on a shirt, to stop him from progressing the ball. And he earned a second yellow card that led to his suspension. But that's, by the way, yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen in that one. Maybe when I sit back and think about it, I'll see. Hello, big up everyone. Mokas, I hope you're doing well. Chester Dan, iToxic, again, talking to iToxic. Jafta says, but still a good window. Chelsea replaced, again, every player that left the club. Still need some, who could pick a pass, a creative midfielder like a Modric, like a Fabregas, like Kevin De Bruyne. And I'm not sure what we did with what happened to our pursuit of Arsene. Tobago, any idea whether we completed that deal?
No, we couldn't complete that deal due to
so
the
it fell
sanction.
through.
Yeah, due to the sanction. So FA blocked that move because Russia
No.
sanctioned.
I hope the FA didn't block anything. If the deal fell through, I can assure you that it wasn't because of the FA. Something else happened, because somebody debunked the FA news saying the FA didn't block anything.
Okay, and the other thing, they said the clubs decided that the kid should remain at Russia for now. So hopefully if he remains there in January on summer, we get him before other teams come in knocking at that club door, because that kid is so good, so creative. And then it's so annoying that we couldn't get him now.
Wow. Yeah, but I think we'll probably still get him. I'm hopeful. Eslamano says minor fracture, again, a non-contact training as of next week. Okay, thank you very much for that update. I appreciate that. No hitting a play on the Tuchel Dortmund again. Yeah, thank you very much for that. I hope you're doing well. Cucurella's hair would will cover again all the 5 in that picture. Yeah, that may well be the case. And bro, Tobago, whenever you can, don't forget to share the link to your channel. So when I get to it, I'll talk about it. Even if I don't see it, then remind me. I need you to send me your credential in the structure. I will show you. If you go to I think the previous show, I think you'll see. I'll show you how I add ties and all the people. So you prepare yours. Again, Giovanni, Kyle Walker-Peters could have been a good backup for Reece James. Again, he'd do a good enough job there. But what I wanted for Reece James was a competition. I think the Dutch guy who plays for Inter Milan, who we wanted, was just Denzel Dumfries, would have been a good addition to the team. Again, but that didn't happen, and we'll move on from it. The Blue Tiffer game, brother, how are you doing? He says, I love how Tuchel is building a team of brothers. If you know, you know. Okay, I get where you're going. Just forget again, but it's all good. I understand what you mean by that, but it's all good. Again, here we have again Jafta Sequel says, speaking of players coming back, where again, what the heck is Coutinho? He was on fire at Villa last season. haven't seen him lately, or he back in the hospital bed. Did they sign him on a permanent from Barcelona? Remember, if he was on
Yes.
loan, they signed him. Okay, maybe he's injured.
Yes,
Maybe that.
he got injured in the previous game.
Oh, so no, why? And they miss him because he's been brilliant for them. He did quite well for them. And here again, speaking of players, okay, I've read that one too. Or did they repeat? Here we have Esamano saying Zakaria played for Borussia. Somebody typed how I should pronounce it, and the person liked shaming me in public. He played for Borussia M. Just you take that, Borussia Mönchengladbach. Okay, I think that's the correct Mönchengladbach. I'm happy for my Chelsea. Let's go and show them that we are Chelsea FC. Friday, Benson Tonsi. Thank you for that delicious comment. And Chelsea Dan says, Kachila, no panic buy. We were in talks with Zakaria last season to try again and get him, but Juventus beat us to him. Okay, like I said, I knew we looked at him at some point, but we weren't able to get him. Again, where is Carney Chukwuemeka? Yeah, the picture is missing quite a lot of people. But that's, by the way, I'm going to come back to the panel. Welcome, my brother, DJ. Again, DJ, how are you doing, brother?
Yeah, good afternoon, Kachila. Good afternoon, Tobago, Bobby, and everyone in the comment section. Hope you're all well.
Yes,
I'm all good.
Thank you.
I'm good. I'm happy with our window. Yesterday, I know people will talk about we should have got a couple more signings in, but what we did yesterday, I thought was actually good. I just can't wait for the place to get integrated into the team now. I don't think you're going to see. I don't think we're going to be seeing Uba for a while yet, but hopefully Zakaria and Fofana will be the two that will be integrated at some point into the team. But yeah, I'm happy about the window. Are you guys trying to pronounce the German team? I'm just hearing you.
Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Yeah, Borussia Mönchengladbach. It's called. They're called
Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Yeah,
Gladbach.
Yeah.
Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, DJ. Nice to have you. I know again. What a stream yesterday was like. It's 18 hours or 17 hours. And again, it was from the Blue Morning Show to around again. I think 18 hours plus. But that's, by the way, again, if you're watching, I can't thank you enough. By the way, I must not stop saying that. You, Bobby, IBZ, Ty, Daniel. Phantom of many topics. Again, if you haven't, people, take a second to like the video and also do subscribe if you haven't. We have 60 likes already. We still have 135 people watching. Let's get it to 100 as soon as possible, and then we shoot for 200. Bobby, your thoughts again. How do you feel about the transfer window?
Yeah, unfortunately, as usual, I'm driving. I forgot to shout out to Daniel. He's another warrior yesterday. DJ Saf, what a diamond geezer. I've got to look for that guy at the bridge and say
100%, Bobby. 100%.
You mean Daniel, right?
Not yet.
Yeah, DJ. Well, any of you lot, Ty, they really did well yesterday in your absence. And it was good. The show kept going on a good day. Listen, I'm just phoning up to talk about our new owners. Todd Bowley, Ed Barley, I'm beginning to learn their names now. The whole Clear Lake Capital. Look, we've got to commend them for what they've done. It
wasn't easy.
It wasn't. They've just come in under very, very difficult circumstances. They spent a lot of money purchasing the club in the first place. They've cleared out the dead wood. They went into a brutal European transfer market that they're not used to, going toe-to-toe with people like Barcelona in the...
Yeah, it looks like we've lost about... Okay, go ahead. Can we still hear him? DJ, you go ahead. Your thoughts on the window overall. How well did they do? They surprised everyone. And if you look at this poster... If you look at this poster here, this is not it. We're missing Carney Chukwuemeka.
Yeah, we are.
For those who are sure that are going to be part of the first team, We're missing Carney Chukwuemeka, and we're missing the name. Thank you for reminding me that SMNO. We're missing Cucurella. That's 8 first-team players.
Yeah.
And that's not counting Gabriel Slonina. That's not counting Casadei. Plus, there were other kids also were signed. Again, it ends up, again, to me, it's a brilliant window overall. But go ahead.
No, listen, I've said it already, Kuche. It has been an excellent window, bro. And there are still some fans out there that are saying we should have done better. Look, I get that as well because, I was really hoping. I think, go on, Bobby. I think Bobby's trying to come back. Is he?
Yeah.
He probably didn't know he was cut off.
Is he? Okay, I don't want to. If he comes in, I'll stop talking. If he comes in, I think because he's driving. That's why. Yeah, but look, as I was saying, I know people were saying Alvarez yesterday. I think what the plan was originally yesterday. I think what they were trying to do was, I think they were trying to buy a player in and get a loan player in as well. And I think the loan it seemed like it was Zakaria around people because if you think about it, Kuchela, we would have bought him outright. Even when we lost out on Alvarez. So it looked like they were trying to do that midfield yesterday with 2 of them in there. And I also understand, apparently I read somewhere as well, that we made a last-minute attempt to bring Zakaria to Chelsea as well, even though he signed that new contract, but they apparently turned it down. So we were looking at them 3 players yesterday, it seems like. So, look, overall, I'm happy. I just want to see us now get back to winning ways with this with these players that are with us now, and I'm sure we will stick. Hopefully, we'll. I'm not saying we're going to challenge, because I've already said we're not going to win the Premiership this season, but I'm hoping we can still get amongst the elite still and finish in the top half. Because I know there's some people out there that don't seem to think we can still do it. I'm still got confidence in this team that we can possibly still do that once we get all our players back and we're playing the winning way. We're playing the football that Thomas Tuchel wants to play, and these players start getting back to winning ways again. I do believe we can put a little run together, but yeah, it's going to take a bit of time. I just hope to God the fans will give it that time and give Thomas Tuchel that chance now to build with these players, and these players to get the opportunity to obviously integrate with the team.
Yeah, again, I'm happy they did quite well. It could have done more. Actually, they did their best. They were strategic with the signings. And these signings are all solve serious issues for us. Again, they solve a problem for us. But that's, by the way, I'm going to come again back to you, DJ, straight away with this question. And before I do that, if you're watching, please take a second to like the video. Again, we have 65 likes. We should be 100 likes plus at this point. Again, keep liking the video and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. DJ, the question I want to ask you, which of these players is the signing of the window for you?
Oh, that's you put me on the spot there. If I'm looking at current play status, because I've not seen Zakaria play yet. I've not seen. Obviously I've seen Uber play for Arsenal, Barcelona, and Dortmund, but I can't go by them days. I'm going by him in a Chelsea shirt. At the moment, I'm going to have to say Raheem Sterling for me. I think he's been excellent for us. He's starting to score the goals that we know he can do. So for me, so far, Sterling followed by Koulibaly. And Cucurella's not been bad either, but I have to say I have to give it to Sterling at the moment.
I think Cucurella has improved our productivity in terms of bringing in crosses in the final third. I think he's an intelligent player. It doesn't take him too much to decide on when to cross the ball. And again, in most cases, you can say he's been accurate. He's been accurate. And again, I'm happy with Cucurella. I'm happy with all the signings. And again, like I said, let's talk about Zakaria in a bit. Some people, because don't count him as a high-profile signing. Some people think it's a panic buy. Again, nothing panic that he comes on the cheap. If you see how much Fabrizio Romano said we're going to pay for him, and how much we'll end up buying him for 30 million euros, which would be, again, 24 plus, right? Pounds. Yeah, around that number. Again, it's a good buy. This guy is a brilliant player. We wanted the Manchester City, wanted the United, wanted this same player. It's just that he's been quite unlucky with injuries. But sometimes I say this, maybe as he is with us right now, would find a way to manage and keep him fit, and then get the best out of the player. I'd say he fits the way we play. Again, he's a fine player, honestly. your thoughts on that signing? And like I said, he may well be one under the radar. Another Kovacic situation, boom, we have ourselves, a bargain signing.
Yeah, look, Coach, I'm very pleased with the signing. I think, and I think people remember he's still 25 years old. He's had that bad injury, and he didn't play many games. I mean, let's not forget when he joined Juventus in January. He came back from this. He did come back from this this injury and this bad injury, and obviously people were saying he doesn't look like the same player. And look, obviously I don't know how many games he started for Juventus. I don't know the stat. I've not got the stats in front of me, but I think maybe 10 starts, maybe, or something like that. He's adding how many and how long he's been at the football club. So look, I for one don't think he's been given the chance by Allegri for whatever reason. For another, I don't know why. But I think
Allegri would better would probably prefer having a register like Jorginho than Zakaria in that midfield. And Zakaria isn't a register, and you can say he's a traditional DM. The most he is a box-to-box midfielder. But go ahead.
Yeah, look, I'm just reading Faldis. Big up to you. He's just asked me about I was confident about Saul Niguez. Look, let me just answer that. Can I just answer that one quickly? Yeah, I was confident.
Yeah, go ahead. Anyone, you can jump to anything I highlight. Even if I'm reading it, if you want to address anything I'm reading, you go ahead.
Yeah, big up to Fal, by the way. I know what he's saying to me. Yeah, I was confident, like most Chelsea fans, we were confident about Saul Niguez coming to Chelsea. It just didn't work out. I think we saw when he started games, he just couldn't get integrated into the Chelsea team, and for some reason or another, it just didn't work out for him. And I think if you think about the player that we were originally going to go for ahead of him, it was for me at that time, everyone was talking about the boy who went to the Monaco player, who went to Real Madrid. Yeah, he was the guy I wanted to come in to Chelsea. I was going on about that guy for a long time. Germany, yeah, and I wanted him to come. I was, even over Declan Rice, but for some reason or another, we couldn't get him, and he ended up going to Real Madrid. But we all know, look, it didn't work out for Saul Niguez, and I was one of those Chelsea fans that said, I think it will work for him. I think he could be a good player because I'm going back to how he was before he got that bad injury, and he was a baller back then for Atletico Madrid before he got that bad injury. But obviously it didn't work out at Chelsea, and when you hear your scouting team has been scouting a player for like 2 years, they've been scouting Saul Niguez for 2 years, you have to ask the question, what exactly is our scouting team doing? Because I'm sure there'll be other midfielders out there that we could have gone and got. And let's be honest, we did want Zakaria last season, before he went to Juventus. But again, that never happened, or 2 seasons ago, we wanted him, but it never happened. So look, we've now got him now, different player. For me, he can be the box-to-box midfielder, and he can also sit in that midfield as well. So, if he can sit and let the likes of Conor Gallagher, Kovacic, and players like that do their thing, which is to obviously go and attack and score his goals and set up the other players, then brilliant. But as long as this guy just sits, is what he'll basically do. He'll just sit there and let everyone just do the work around him. Obviously, I said it. There'll be times when players will get past him. But there'll also be a time when he'll just stay there and stay. If he can get that back, believe me, we've got a terrific player on our hands, and I can see him working out at Chelsea very well. I really can. Yeah.
Again, I think this is referencing Casadei. He got sent off. He received the red card during the academy game. I feel bad from under 23s. Let me put it that way. Dan, big up. What a day it was yesterday. I read your message in the chat. I get it. It was so much fun to everybody involved. But again, that was an experimental for the Converse show. But again, I'm going to separate it now. And the Converse show is designed when you're tired. It's just more like a bar. Everybody comes in, we talk Chelsea. When you're tired, you just go. And again, it's going to be less and less structured, but a little bit structured so that we have organization there. But thank you to you and DJ. What an amazing job you guys did. Go ahead. Your thoughts on the transfer window overall. What do you think?
Just to let you guys big up to you, Coach. Good morning, and big up to to DJ.
Big up to you, Dan. Big up to you.
It was brilliant last night. It was actually really good, and big up to all the chat in the panel, and to Friday, big up to you and all, bro. And to it's coming from last night. He was brilliant with all the questions what he put up last night on the chat with us in the convo. It was really good, so big up to him. Like I said last night, this Zakaria, he played 20 games last season.
Okay.
DJ.
Thanks for that.
I went to check his stats this morning, and see how many games he had a really bad injury last season for Juventus, where someone did a high.
You're talking about Zakaria?
Zakaria,
Zakaria. He got high foot tackled, 2-footed tackle from AC Milan.
So another player injured him.
Yeah. It was a really bad injury, and where he won the ball, Zakaria played defensive. Where he won the ball, the guy collusion straight into him and took him clean out basically with the injury. The guy got sent off for that game and all because it was a really bad. It was a high foot, like basically up from like 15-foot tackle where he went to go and slide to get the ball. He didn't just get the ball. He didn't get to touch the ball. He took his leg, like, and his leg. You see his leg like getting bent back from the tackle from last season. It's brilliant, coach. All it is, mate. The side is what we've got so far. I'm really pleased with Tobolli. We needed a DM. Zakaria could play in a box-to-box defensive DM, and he could also play it like in an attacking centre mid role if we need it. But I think Thomas Tuchel's not going to give him the attacking centre mid. Like we need like that box-to-box DM. It's a shame what with Alvarez. If we had Alvarez and him together this season, I think it would have been a brilliant signing. But we're over that now. We couldn't get it over the deadline day with Alvarez at Ajax. But the signings this season is we've got a really good chance to get up. I don't think we'll win the Premier League this season. I think we'll get into the top 4 finishing this season. And I think we might win actually a trophy this season with the team. But time will tell because we've only played 5 games in and that. Yeah. And what amazing signing what we've got this season. What really upsets me, coach, that we got rid of Billy Gilmore. I don't know why we made sense to get sold Billy Gilmore, one of the young classes, world Scottish talent player. And he's going to adapt to his football in the coming years. And now we've done it again, as Chelsea again has made a mistake getting rid of another talent player that is going to prove himself to be the biggest player in the coming years. So that's what's frustrated me on deadline day. 10 mil was it? 10 mil and add-ons.
Yeah,
for Billy Gilmore.
9 million and next? Yeah.
And why did we not? And we just signed him a new contract and I gave him a number. So I don't get why we sold him that cheap. I wonder if there's another scenario to this story. If Chelsea got add-ons with this Billy Gilmore, because 10 mil, it wasn't worth to be sold for 10 mil. I think at least about 20 to 18 mil for Billy Gilmore. But if Brighton got it for 10 mil, what a bargain, coach, for Billy Gilmore. What a bargain for them. And our best, every single wishes on Billy Gilmore for his future, because the guy was a good talent, and it still makes me mad getting rid of him. Coach.
Yeah, again, I'm not sure why somebody's timing out Bomba. Leave him. I think if German words are pronounced different, again, leave him. I think he's just he doesn't. Don't time him out. Time him out or delete his messages. Please do leave him. I don't think he's done anything bad there again. But that's, by the way, I was trying to show Zakaria's stats, but a lot of pop-ups there won't allow me show it. Maybe I should have actually just cut it out to show. I think he has some good numbers. Again, that's good defensively. There are some areas where you say he can do much better, but he is in the 91 percentile for blocks, 2.12 per 90 minutes. That's a good 91 percentile for a defense. You want that from a defensive midfielder. 82 percentile for interceptions. That's actually perfect, for a defensive midfielder. And also dribbles completed, 82 percentile. That's not bad. Again, that's good per 90 minutes. I think he has some good numbers. A pass completion, the same 82 percentile. Sorry?
It's got security. I've seen him play loads of games, coach, and the guy is a beast when it comes to having the ball. He's a world-class talent, and I think because we got him on loan for a season, you're going to see the difference with him on the pitch this season. The guy's got a talent. He's incredible. He's world class. I watched him play against Juventus last season. It was just out of this world, and he saved a lot of things for Juventus last season than what Arthur did. So this guy's got a world talent. That's why it surprised me that I actually got him in. To be honest, so I hope he does well at Chelsea, and the next season we could buy him for 30 to 33 million. So this guy's got a world-class talent in him, and he's out of this world. And when he was playing for Malibach, he was good there. I see him play at Malibach when he played against Chelsea at Malibach when we was in the UEFA, when we had him in the UEFA, and the ball stop on what he was doing against Chelsea was unreal. Zakaria. So he's got a world-class talent, coach. So he's good. He is really good. So
let me quickly again catch up on the chat. Come back to the panel. I want to ask DJ what's his miss of the transfer window regrets. Players he thought would sign with and sign. Give me a second. I will do that in a bit. Let me catch up on the chat again. Thank you for 74 likes already, people. You guys are absolute legends. Again, if you haven't, please take a second to like the video, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. So thank you very much. Again, I've been up talking to someone else here. It says a safe travels, coach. Thank you very much. I will enjoy it. And again, you said I'm making you jealous. Wait until I show you pictures. I think you're more jealous. Again, it's really sad how Chelsea slipped the entire transfer window, and now they take the garbage. Again, if that's how you see it, I hope you get you proven wrong. I don't think no garbage there. Again, good players don't have to be that expensive. Again, but we'll see what happens. I get your argument, Bomba, and thank you for that. Again, I still cannot believe Juventus allowed Zakaria to join us. Like I said, knowing German coaches, and Allegri is a typical Italian coaches. Allegri is a typical Italian coach. He probably prefers, a regista in the mode of Jorginho, or probably would rather have Jorginho in that team. And maybe it's looking to come with us, we'll have a good relationship with them now and ask us for Jorginho and get Jorginho. He would rather have Jorginho in that team, I can assure you that. So maybe that's the case. That's the reason why they let us take him. Again, there should be more options. Cucurella, Koulibaly, and none of the above are all of the above. None of the above and all of the above. Okay, I hope I understand that, brother. To be honest, I'm not happy with sold Billy. I thought he was miles better than J5. I've argued that, a billion times. But the truth remains, Billy's his loan spell at Norwich City didn't help his case, and I have to be honest with you again. Yes, probably he asked to leave, but Thomas Tuchel, where the question comes in, some people suggested Thomas Tuchel probably suggested he go to Norwich City. Again, as he wanted to do a favor to his friend who was a Norwich City coach then. I'm not sure if the person is still the Norwich City coach, but I hope you understand my argument. That y'all all noticed in the last games, he has found Sterling more than Kai and Mount did. Yeah, Ziyech has that ability. He's a good passer of the ball, probably one of the better passer of the ball, and has a better passing range than most people in the team. Ty can also pass, but usually Kai passes are usually close close range of passes. Says again, who's okay, Danny, you're on the panel already. Mount and Havertz need to step up. Again, I don't like the running around with no motive, no end product style of playing. I think that changes. A lot of players will get to play in a lot. I am just sick of seeing Breuer coming on again in the 70th minute. No matter how good Breuer was, again on loan, the integration process, it will be gradual. It's never going to be. He's never going to be like this. Boom into the team. No, it will be gradual. But what he has to do is once that opportunity comes, he has to take it. If he does, he cements his place in the team, and I can assure you, he can actually start alongside what's his name, Aubameyang, if he does well. It's as simple as that. So again, but he has to take that opportunity when it comes. If he doesn't, he'll still be coming up. But again, from the bench, but his integration will be gradual. It's never going to be drastic. There are games he will start, especially the cup games. They will also start Premier League games sometimes. For me, Breuer should start over Kai. Kai is not a number 9. They're not vying for place. Kai has been playing in that position because we lacked, the profile players who should play in that position. That has always been the case, not because Kai is a number 9. Hakim and Pulisic did not want to stay, and yet we did not let them go. Again, will that have a negative impact? I don't think so. The transfer window is now shut. Now it will be clear to them. It will be clear to them. Okay, you know what? We're not going. You have to be professional. You see that you show the manager you want to play to continue playing, or if you keep dropping your shoulders, the manager senses you're not ready to play. You spend most of the time on the bench. They are professionals. They're getting paid to play, and they want to play more, so they have to show they're willing to play. So I don't think that changes anything. IBC, I want to bring you in straight for this one on the screen, and big up, brother. I hope you're doing well.
Yes, coach. How are we doing? Big up, family.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Big up, IBC. How you doing, bro? You all right?
Yeah, man.
Cool.
Yeah, man. Ready for a new weekend.
Yes.
Yeah. We are. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait till Sunday.
Yeah, go ahead, IBC. So the comment on the screen is for you. I want you to take that one.
Oh, Hakim and Pulisic did not want to stay, and yet we did not let them go. Would that have a negative impact? No. No.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, because it wasn't like there was a club. It wasn't like there were clubs out and out saying, yeah, we're going to take Hakim to EH. Obviously, there were reports, and you saw that EH went to Amsterdam and stuff like that. Take from it what you want to take from it, but I don't think there was any clubs that actually came and said, you know what, we are interested in instead. Hakim to EH, we are interested in said Christian Pulisic. We want this player. So it wasn't like they were sought after. It was just almost like, oh, whatever club would be available for them would come in for him. And no club came in to meet the demands of the club. And they weren't ready to sell unless they brought in reinforcements, which we didn't really do. So you're not going anywhere. And obviously you pick up a fuss for, say, maybe a week or so. And probably if you have a game during that time and you lose in the transfer window, your emotions might be heightened, in which you just be a bit emotional, like Pulisic. But right now, you get on with it. Transfer window's closed, so you can't move anyway. So are you gonna mop about it and lose fitness, potentially not play, miss out on the World Cup? Or are you gonna get on with it like you're a professional, get on with your job, and help the team and see what happens? So I don't see that being a negative impact. I don't see it being a thing where now players haven't left. Now they're going to cause some sort of a dressing room divide. No. I'll get ironed out. Because right now the transfer window's closed. You can't do anything about it. So now it's time to move on and get to football.
Yeah, we should move on again. And again, the fact talk of football and not talk transfers anymore. Again, it was exhausting. It was tiring. It was stressful. There are so many ways to talk about it. I basically, while I'm with you, who is your signing of the window?
Mark Cucurella.
Really, not even Raheem Sterling. The poll is speaking Raheem Sterling over Cucurella. But go ahead. Why you think Cucurella is the signing of the window for you?
I didn't actually think I didn't think that we would do it. And I've done this. I've signed him on my foot manager. I've signed him in it, and I just thought, oh, this would be it. Like, oh yeah, that's just my fantasy. We actually signed this guy, bro. Albeit we weren't going in for him, or we used an opportunity to sign. We actually signed this guy. Like, wow. So just personally for me, I'm actually happy we got depth on that left-hand side. Obviously, yeah, Raheem's good, but for me, I like Mark Cucurella, man. I think he's going to bring something to our team. Obviously, Sterling, you know what you're going to get with Sterling: goals, assists, boom. But I like Mark Cucurella. That's my signing.
Yep. And again, this tweet I'm looking at where this picture is from is saying, again, these are all the players that Chelsea signed. And again, it wouldn't even fit all of them because they're all not here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 here already. And there are others that are not on the list. You can see the prices for each of the players. And again, one is on a free, one on loan, but the one on the free, Omar Hutchinson, what a deal that is. But that's, by the way, again, we've been complaining. Can you I'd like you, if you have time, take some time to calculate, look at it, see all the players we've been able, we were able to bring in this window. Again, honestly, it's nothing short of a brilliant window. IBC, what do you think?
In hindsight now, we will say, I mean, the quantity looks good. So we will say, oh yeah, he signed up 10 players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 10 players. In his first summer, barely 6 months, well, not even 3 months into the job, he signed 10 players. Yeah, as a neutral, if you want to give him the benefit of the doubt, you will congratulate that. You won't despise what he's done. He's actually good, which you have to give it. You have to give him the benefit of the doubt. But realistically, out of those 10 signings, do they transform the squad to what we wanted it to be? No, unfortunately it doesn't. But we support, we give it the benefit of the doubt, and we watch how it proves to fruition. So yeah, you could give him the benefit and say, you know what, Todd, pat on the shoulders. But I don't want to go through this again. I want this to be the first and the last time we go through a transfer window like this, where we're not definitive with a direction on who we're signing, how we're signing, and what philosophy we're going with. I'd like to see a director of football, sporting director, people in place that can get these things over the line. But if you ask me, Todd Bowley, big up yourself, man. You brought 10 people through the door by yourself. You didn't use a director of football, you didn't use a sporting director. So if you get a sporting director and director of football with your influence, things can only get better. So we move. We thank God.
Yeah, I agree with you. While I'm with you, IBC, your disappointment of the window.
What do you mean disappointment?
Miss, what player do you think would sign and wouldn't sign? You really wanted us to sign.
Oh.
I know what he's going to say. I know what I was going to say.
Yeah, let him finish. Let him say it himself.
Player that we didn't sign, that we were in for, that we should have signed.
Mm-hmm.
I could say maybe Benjamin Sesko, because I wanted that guy from the beginning. But it's whatever with him. But the public one, it's hard, because most of the players that we were going in for, they didn't really want to come to us. But maybe Delict. Maybe not getting Delict because he was available. I don't know about Koundé, not Rafinha, that one as well. But because he didn't want to sign for us, I just you know, his intentions weren't for Chelsea. So I best believe that's what it is. But maybe De Ligt is the miss of the I feel that if we got him, boy, boy, it would have been. But it is what it is. I'm happy for Fofana's here, Koulibaly's here. You know, we're good to go. So if you ask me, yeah, probably De Ligt, then Rafinha. Just maybe those two. That's all.
Again, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. Again, apologies to you because I will scroll past quite a lot of comments. The chat is on fire. The comments are coming in here and there. Again, if you haven't, please do take a second, to like the video and also do subscribe to the channel. And if you're watching it, I want to get your thoughts. What player what player are you regretting that we're not able to sign? That Chelsea are able to sign? Let us know in the chat. I want to know. And let us know why. How about you, Daniel? Again, hi, coach, and Blues awesome work at this market. Yeah, brilliant, work overall. Again, it wasn't easy. We joined late at the time where others were busy talking to players. We had other concerns to deal with. But again, look how well we've done in the market. Daniel, how about you? What player do you regret Chelsea not signing?
For them 10 signings, yeah, can I say, my most signing, I'm happy what we just got in that thing was that Hutchinson, that Chukwuemeka. But my main best signing is that Solani goalkeeper from America. He is one of the most best goalkeepers in America so far with loads of clean sheet. He's going to be another Thibaut Courtois when it comes to Chelsea next season. The guy's got talent and
who?
Solani, the goalkeeper from America, who we got from
Slonina.
Slonina, Chicago Fire. He's amazing goalkeeper. For a minute, he can't play with his feet, but he's still young, and but he will learn from his feet when he gets more experience and time. But the guy as a goalkeeper, oh my God, I watched him play 3 nights ago. I was up at 2 o'clock in the morning just to watch the game at Chicago Fire, just to watch this kid as a goalkeeper. The saves he done, it was incredible, coach, incredible. So this goalkeeper is going to be, I think he'll be the second choice with Mendy. And I don't think Kepa will get a game once this guy comes back to Chelsea after the American League finish. So yeah, looking forward to seeing him coming at Chelsea and play at Chelsea as a goalkeeper, because it's incredible. He's an incredible goalkeeper for his young age talent.
Okay, how about any regrets? What player do you regret us not signing?
The signing, Rafael Leo from AC Milan, because there was in talks in a deadline day that Chelsea was gonna put 130 million bid on for him at AC Milan, and somehow they didn't try to push it forward to try and get the Leo over the line. But now we can wait till next winter summary, because a lot of Chelsea and everyone's saying we might get him by next summer. So if we could get him by next summer, yeah, it'd be great. But I wish we could have got him with this summer to see the guy had talent in the Premier League, to see if he could adapt to this Premier League really well. If we had got him, if we paid a release clause on him on that. So no, really, I just hope they were good. And then the other thing, with a white wing back, I'm disappointed we never got a white wing back, coach, because if Reece James gets injured, who is there to replace as a white wing back for this summer? You can't really rely on Ruben's Loftus-Cheek playing there. So that's what I'm a bit disappointed. We never tried to get a white wing back, but we needed midfielders, so. Yeah, a white wing back for me, coach.
All right. Thank you very much again. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Well, 83 likes, just 72 more to get it to 100 likes. Let's get it to 100 as soon as possible and shoot, for 200. Here we have again. It says Gabriel Jesus as the player he regrets with and signed. I think you could argue. Are you sure it's not because he's been scoring for Arsenal, so you felt like maybe that's the guy we should have gone for? Because at the point he was already at 3-4 goals for them. Raheem had none. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna say regret us not signing Gabriel Jesus. After all, we decided to go for the player. I feel like the manager feels like suits his project more. Again, I'm glad we did that. And in the case of Gunde, I'm glad we pulled out. And if you heard from Muncher speaking, it was like we practically signed Kunde, but we decided otherwise after looking at things. And the manager felt like Kunde will not fit into his project at the club, so we decided, to forfeit the pursuit of the player because Muncher said we practically signed him. So they were waiting for us to send in the paper. We didn't send in the paper because we changed our mind. So if it comes down to the manager not wanting the player, I don't care really. I'm only concerned players that I see the manager really wants, and we missed out on that player. I haven't actually come up with one player I say I regret us not signing in this transfer window. But that's, by the way, again, how about you, Tobago brother? Any player that you can think of you think we should have signed that we didn't sign, and you're not happy we didn't sign the player?
To be honest, from my side, I'm happy about the players that we've got. And then yes, Alvarez from Ajax. After we linked to him, I was so happy. Finally, we're getting a DM. But again, due to Ajax blocking the move, I won't be mad because we end up getting Zakaria. So all in all, I would say that I'm happy with the work Thomas Tuchel and then Todd Boehly have done so far. So it's great job from them. Hopefully, sporting director coming soon so that Todd Boehly can relax now.
Yeah, you said Alvarez. I'm looking. My consideration will be Alvarez or what's his name? The Lazio guy, the one we were suggesting since they won MLS and they can come. Who?
Sangare.
No, not Sangare. Sangare is PSV. I'm talking about Sergej Milinkovic-Savic.
Okay.
That's one player. I regret us not getting.
Let's just put it like
I
this.
think it's more. Sorry.
Let's just put it like this. There's certain deals, that need more people to finalize. Yeah, and deals like Sergej Milinkovic-Savic is one of them. You can't just do it. Todd Boehly can't just do that on his own. No way. Like, what does he know about anything to do? So I believe, you see big targets. Like, you see the targets we got, like Sterling. I think that was easier because he was open to a move anyway with his last year of his contract. So it was England. So I don't think it would be a problem of him getting a move. It would have been so easy. That's not even a problem. But players like Kunde, players like Savic, Rafinha, those players that would have changed the team. Those ones would have needed more personnel to close them down as opposed to just Todd Boehly doing it. In hindsight, thinking about it, it just makes sense. I don't think we could ever have gone for him in this window without the expertise of Marina or Peter Cech. Those two people were very key in bringing in players like Havertz, who was highly sought after, players like Mendy, Werner. You know what I'm trying to say to you? So I believe those signings that we wanted, it would have been very hard for Todd Boehly to do that by himself. It's in hindsight, think about it, innit? Like, can Todd Boehly meet up with big? Because you see players like Neymar. We were saying, Neymar, how could Todd Boehly bring a whole Neymar to Chelsea? How could it work?
But you must remember he used intermediaries, so that was a smart move.
Even still he used the intermediaries. The intermediaries don't have a know-how. They just work for Clearlake or with the other geezer. I forgot his name even. Not even Todd Boehly, the other geezer. But I don't see any sporting personnel, someone that's a football head in that back room or in the staff to help us say, you know what, Savage, I'm gonna send a team out there. We're gonna finalize that. We're gonna get that. I didn't see it. And obviously, we are where we are. But I believe that before too long, we're going to see those targets. That's what I just believe in it. Because I believe with what everyone is saying, Tobol is too ambitious. And that ambition is going to help us get the quality players. I hope anyway.
Yeah, I do hope so too. I want us to talk about again, IPC. Let me start with you. Let's talk about Dembele. What happened? We thought that was one that Thomas Tuchel really wanted the guy. We were here in summer again. We heard quite a lot of stuff. It turns out it doesn't look like with his camp or even tried to sign him. It turns out everything we heard were all nonsense. Because that's not the first time, really. Remember, even the past window also, we were heavily linked with him. It sounded like we wanted him. It sounded like also he's coming to us. And I think it was the Twitter journalist. That's what I call them. I don't mean to disrespect anybody. That came out and said we'd already signed him for 5 years. All that is left is just for him to join us. I'm sensing it doesn't look like Chelsea really wants this guy, and the nonsense we're hearing that Thomas Tuchel wanted him, it turns out, I believe we're all nonsense. What happened?
I know as much as you, coach. Who knows? It could have been a situation where we could have finalized it.
Hello, how are you?
It could be a situation where we didn't have the people in place to help us finalize it. Again, maybe it was one of the early days where Todd Bowley had to oversee, in which he really didn't have the experience to do such, which is fine. Or we could say that Thomas Tuchel never really wanted it. Or you could say we didn't push hard enough. There's a lot to decipher with that one. But my general assumption. Hello. Hold on.
Yeah, Tareko, let me come with you while we wait for IBZ to come back. Your thoughts, what do you think happened? It doesn't look like we wanted them in the first place. And I had a video where I argued why I think Chelsea won't go for him. He comes with a lot of baggage too, and we may have issues with our sponsors if we decide to go for him. But go ahead, your thoughts. What do you think happened?
To be honest, coach, I agree with you. If we wanted him, we should have offered him a contract. So clearly we didn't want him.
We did not.
We didn't even offer him a contract, but all the rumors from Spain were making a lot of noise about Dembele. Marca, journalists and stuff saying we were going for Dembele. But again, from our own journalists, even from the biggest one, Fabrizio Romano, said it, we didn't go for Dembele. So clearly, it shows that John likes to say the brown envelopes pushing Dembele to Chelsea.
Sorry, coach.
Yeah, go ahead, IBC, if you're back.
Apologies, I was in the market.
Yeah, I understand, no problem.
But yeah, I'm saying, we never know, like, who's to know what type of situation that led to us not getting the player we need. I'll go down to the fact that we don't have directors of football, sporting directors in place, because we shouldn't be in a situation where we should be prestige enough, that we shouldn't be an and ahhing team where we don't know what we're getting. We shouldn't be in a situation where we're having a whole summer of no direction, that one player is holding up ransom in terms of our transfer situation. Frenkie de Jong, Jules Koundé, all these players. So we should be in a situation where we definitive in our transferring and our approach. Look at Man City. Look at Liverpool. Obviously, you could argue after Melo signing was obviously a situation where they found themselves in during the season with injuries to Thiago and what have you. So it is what it is. But they still had a direction. Still went out for Nunez, went out for Cavalli, went out for all these guys. Whilst, it gets nipped in the bud as soon as possible. For us now, we had to hold a whole summer of, is he gonna come? Is he, we those type of things can't be running. We have to be very, very different. We're going for a player, yeah, that's it, that's ours. And that can only be done when you have directors in football and sporting directors in place. If you ain't got it, it's not gonna happen. So yeah, we took some wins. this window, but we also took some losses this window. So it's a balanced one. I can't lie. But I'm still optimistic. My expectations are not high. So yeah.
Yeah, I've got to say again, thank you for that. Jonathan Klaus is a big shout. Although Ty had an argument, Ty said something about he's seen him in other videos, how he was saying how he loves Manchester United. After it came out, Chelsea fans were saying, oh, go sign him. He loves Chelsea. He wants to come to Chelsea. It turns out he had other videos too where he was saying how much he loved other clubs. But that, by the way, again, if you're watching, please keep liking the video. We're 7 likes away to get it to 100. Then we'll shoot for 200 likes. Let's take it beat by beat. Again, it turns out most people think Raheem Sterling is the signing of the window. For the second batch, Raheem Sterling got 65%, and he won the first batch. So again, I think the closest is Mark Cucurella. But that's, by the way, yes, people keep liking the video. 7 likes away to get it to 100. If you like, if you haven't, please do subscribe to the channel too. I'm going to come to the panel and I'll go to the panic bus driver. Probably, again, he will have no passengers now, maybe to a different destination. The destination this time will be end of the season. He'll start picking up passengers who, to take them to where he thinks Chelsea will finish the season. How are you doing, Rodrigo, bro?
I'm good. I'm actually very happy. I'm gonna take the Chelsea. Everyone that's on a panic bus, I'm taking them to the promised land, which is top.
You're changing destination.
Yeah, I'm taking them to the mountain. You're like, what?
Yeah, that's again. Let that happen. That's, by the way, for me, Jonathan Klaus, it's another one. Again, no matter, even we seen other videos where he's talking about how much he loves other clubs. I think for 8 million, he was again would have been a bargain for us, given that a goal for goal he matches. I think he matches Reece James. I think Reece James just has more assists than him. It would have been a good buy, a good competition for Reece James, but apparently we didn't want him. And Thomas Tuchel, I know if he really wanted him, we should have gone for him, given that he was in France a year ago or so, 3 years ago, so to speak. Okay, let's beat Arsenal. They think they have won the league. Chelsea beat Arsenal. I think, again, let's see what happens. Again, you can say January, February, March, around May. January, February is the acid test. After Christmas and all that, we'll see, again, the teams out there. That's when the men stand out, from the boys. But that's, by the way, we're very... Again, we have the opportunity to sign Gabriel Jesus, but we declined the opportunity. What a pity to my dear Chelsea. And I am scared of watching Chelsea on Sunday. Again, that's when I like it. When you see a Chelsea fan tell you they are scared of us playing a particular team, that's when you know Chelsea will play well. But when you start hearing we beat them 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, 7-0, 3-0, once the match start, go get some sleep, because it's good. You'd be in for the surprise of life again. But that's, by the way, Dembele mostly. I won't regret Dembele for obvious reasons, and I'm not just going to get into that right now. Coming to you, Rodrigo, your thoughts on the transfer window overall before I ask you the subsequent questions, and we'll go well into the show.
Yeah. My thought. Obviously, everyone knows. I was on the 17th of June, I think one of the show we did when the transfer window opened. I was already asking Bolly, where am I signing? But put that aside, I think we've had an unbelievable transfer window. I think Todd Bolly, Tuchel, and Egbali, the other guy, they've done a really, really good job. All the players that we signed, I know people say, oh, they were not our first choice. I think our second choice, like you can call it like that, I've actually been better than the original target. But for example, Koulibaly, De Ligt, I actually prefer Koulibaly. Experience, he's not that old. He's a very good defender. And he needs some adaptation time. I think he will come good. Koundé, Fofana. I didn't want Koundé at all because I felt like his height and he just didn't. Yeah, he wasn't good for me. I think Fofana is one of those defenders, like, given time, we're going to look back at this signing and say, wow, that was such a bargain, the price that we paid for him. And then you go in attack, you got Raheem Sterling, He comes in the bags of experience. He's a good goal scorer. I know he misses chances, but he brings a level where the other attacker has to match with him. Then you got Aubameyang, someone who have a good relationship with Thomas Tuchel, and Tuchel knows how to use him. And I think Tuchel will do whatever, because like Tuchel said, this is one of his players. So he will do whatever it takes, changing system if it need be, to accommodate Aubameyang. And now you have Sterling. And then in midfield, I was begging for a DM when we're closer to the finish line. I was like, please just give me a DM, and then we're gonna talk about. Because sometimes what we need is availability. Most of
I've got feedback.
Is it? Is he gone now?
I think you sound fine to me.
Yeah. Most of the issue we had in midfield was availability. So now you get this guy. What all we want in Zakaria to do is to be fit, to be match sharp until N'Golo Kante is back to his best. Because I believe we can have a pairing of Zakaria and Kovacic. I dare to say a pairing of Jorginho and Zakaria in a game where you have to pass and be very defensive. I think we can afford to pair them too. But mainly I see a Zakaria Kovacic pairing that would be really good until the time where Kante is back. When Kante is back and is firing on all cylinder.
And with Zakaria, we can play a single pivot.
Exactly. We can play a single pivot because he has the physicality, he has the stamina to cover, to run up and down the pitch. That's one of his strengths. Maybe he's not the best the fancy, short passes or progressive play, but we don't want him for that. We
want a destroyer.
Exactly. We have a number of 8. We're a team full of 8 with no defensive midfielder, and he can even do the job of box to box. But we didn't buy him for that role. I think we bought him to be a destroyer, to be a guy that will be and his height as well. The guy is 6'3". Is nearly as tall as Mendy. I think he's same height as Mendy. So we have someone.
Yeah, same height as Mendy. Same height as Mendy. Yeah.
There you go. So we have someone in midfield that can be imposing, and I don't judge him from his time at Juve. I mean, we've seen Kulusevski, we've seen Betancourt, and we've seen even De Ligt. All these people, they went to Juve, they struggle. It doesn't mean if they go elsewhere. Even Ronaldo did all right. It doesn't mean if they come to Chelsea or the Premier League, they won't adapt. I think if you look on paper, he has all the attributes that will make him a good player. Now the problem is translate those attributes to the actual games, and I think it'll be all right because by the time he's up and running, Kovacic will gain his fitness. So all we want is Kovacic to get his fitness, and then you can have a good pairing. We can play single pivot. We can do a number of things and allow Tuchel. We know Tuchel love to change his formation midway through a game, and he allows him to have that tactical flexibility, unlike when you have a Jorginho. So I'm all in all, I'll say this has been an 8 out of 10 window. I don't even care about Billy Gilmour going to Brighton. I think, Billy Gilmour, sometimes for selfish reasons, Chelsea fans want to keep him here. You look at the profile of...
And then end up ruining his career.
Exactly. Look at the profile of midfielder Tuchel's gone for, or we signed. Cassidy, 6'1" or 6'2". Chukwuemeka, 6'1" or 6'2" again. Zakaria. You can see like Tuchel is going for... Even the Alvarez guy is physically imposing. So Tuchel is going for that physically imposing midfielder. So you can say Billy Gilmour didn't fit with what the manager wanted to do, and that's all right. If he goes to Brighton and have a good career, we shouldn't be crying about it. We should be celebrating like one of our own has gone out and had a good career. I wish Gilmour to really have an unbelievable career.
Mm-hmm. So today you're driving a positive bus.
Yeah, I'm very positive.
Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Sorry to disturb you. And again,
to be honest,
and then due to FFP, we needed to sell one of our players. Unfortunately, Billy Gilmour was one of those players because we need to balance the books. We spent a lot of money this summer, so you have to sell at least some players in order to invest again in January if it's necessary. So sometimes it's unfair. That's like it's unfair. Billy Gilmour's leaving. I'm not happy about that. But again, this transfer move will be best for him in order to get more game time.
I think we should have sent him on loan to Brighton. That's the trick that we missed out last season. Because at Brighton, the type of football they play, and so maybe it'll build more confidence. But anyway, that's all in the past. I think for now, he's good. He's gone there. Good luck to him. And overall, I see a lot of Chelsea fans are like, he's like a child in you give him food that he asks for, and he's crying. You want something extra? Come on. You give
Rodrigo's actually got some good vibes today. Not the down.
I said, listen, there's no point of crying anymore. We the players that we have now are the players that we have, and the players that wanted to leave, the Pulisic, the Ziyech, now the transfer window's closed. Listen, mate, you didn't manage to get the move that you wanted. Ziyech, you travel all the way to Amsterdam, try to close the deal by yourself. Pulisic, you had your dad tweeting or liking tweets, but you weren't making any moves. I know they blocked your move, but you didn't push hard enough. You are now here. You have to fight for a position. Otherwise, you're gonna train with the under 23 because we don't want any bad apple to ruin our season. We have big things to challenge for this year. We don't have time to babysit a Pulisic, babysit a Ziyech. And I feel like now Tuchel can use. That's what he was saying. I think one of the press conference he's saying now when the window closed, he can use certain levers that he couldn't use when the transfer market is still open. Because when the transfer market is open, players' mind is not here, and they're talking to the agent, they're talking to people behind the scene. But now, when the window's closed, he has more authority on the attitude has to change, the way people apply themselves in training or on match days, completely different. You're on the bench, you support the 11 on the pitch. It doesn't mean because you're on the bench you're not an important member of the team. So I think that will change. I'm looking forward to see how we approach the West Ham game, and maybe we're gonna get into that. But for now, I'm very positive. I think Chelsea have done really good deals, and they are going as well. Oh my God, Todd Bowley, man! I was calling for his head, but my God, when you criticize someone, the praise has to be as loud as the criticism. So
let me ask again, to be specific. You've dropped the panic boss keys.
Okay, so.
Hey, I got my positive bus ticket. That's why I'm here. I'm waiting at the bus stop. It's very nice and sunny. It's palm trees next to it. I'm waiting at the positive. I wanted to be picked up at the positive bus station.
Big up, Declan. Go ahead, Rodrigo. I want to bring in Declan as soon as possible. Go ahead.
Declan, you're I'm driving through the Outback, so I'm gonna leave in the middle of Alice Spring.
Don't do that. I get speared. You don't know how the people indigenous here. Everyone lives on the outskirts. No one goes there. I mean, who's stupid enough to go see a red rock? I don't know why tourist people go there. It's crazy. It's just a big red rock.
Go ahead, Rodrigo. So I can bring in Declan.
Declare now. I don't want to be too positive. I might drop the mic.
You have, even without knowing it. You've been so positive. You actually get out of the car, the bus, and push it into the ocean without knowing. But
Coach. Me and Rodriguez go on another friend's stream. Who streams at a very unique time as well, so it's really suited for me. And me and Rodriguez are the most. Well, I'm already like, but Rodriguez is the most positive person in that panel. So if you heard that panel, you'd think, what the hell? They you know how we say Rodriguez is the positive panic bus, right? He's the most positive
driver. That one.
Not that he changes. He's still the same points, same everything, right? Yeah. He's the same Rodriguez, but it's just a group of people they outdo him. He's been outdone. Yeah. Yeah, he's easily outdone.
Oh, I get it. It's so negative there. No, Rodrigo is positive there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he comes
Wow.
here, and yeah, you think Rodriguez so it's a very great like mixture for me. So I come here and everyone says he's negative, but over there he's too positive, right? and he's the same. I'm not saying Rodriguez flips. He is exactly the same talking points, right?
Yeah.
But it's just it's a perception of people.
We need a
and how they think. They really not a big fan of Tuchel there. But it's fun.
Yeah, we don't have a show if we all agree. We don't have. It's simple as that, and we're not going to learn anything if we all agree. If we all agree, then something is not right.
Yeah, I brought that up because it's a very interesting dilemma.
Yeah, it makes sense, and again, it makes sense perfectly.
Because he comes here and he has to worry about being, he's a panic bus driver and that, and he goes there and he's too positive. And so he's really stuck. He doesn't know.
He's a therapist.
And they go after him for being too positive, and he's answering. He ends up actually sticking for like the coach and the players and it changes. You're making the same points, but it's an interesting dilemma Rodriguez is in.
Yeah, I know.
But
I'm gonna come to Declan now. But before I do that, if you're watching, we have 130 people watching. If you haven't, like the video and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Again, I'm gonna do the Tuchel poll again for why before another poll. Declan, your thoughts on the transfer window overall. And remember, we don't have everyone here. I missed Cucurella and I've been battered in the chat for it. I think one of the first person that did that was Tobago himself. But yeah, it's easy to miss him because already the banner is filled with 5 senior players. We have Chukwuemeka, that's 6. We have Cucurella, that's 7 new senior players. And if everything, look at this, and look at this here. The tweet actually says everyone that Chelsea signed this window, and they're all not here. Clearly, there are Slonina is here, but there are some kids I heard was signed from Southampton or so. That are down here. This is 10. Again, it is some window, but your thoughts overall on the window, Declan?
Pretty much, I'm gonna give it an extra positive 10 out of 10 for me. I know no one has, but I can't rule out something that's very unique that's happened to us, and it happened to us only one time when Abramovich first came in. Is the outgoings. That is something that seemed impossible to us. That is something that everyone argued about. We need to get rid of deadwood. Everyone said that we accumulated too many different type of players that weren't performing for us, and it became a major problem. And before this ownership came in, the ideology was that if they would never get rid of that many players, they would have got rid of the manager. So, for us to have that many outgoings, right, is like, I'm so surprised. I couldn't believe that we actually did it. We actually got rid of, because I remember everyone argued, it's going to take time, you can't get rid of them all, and so on. We got rid of almost everyone. There's only very few players. Give it one more window, or one more like season window, like not a January one, maybe another summer window. Everyone's gone. This team is going to be new. I think there would be barely anyone in it that
You think new enough to change the mentality, new enough, to solve the what's it called again? A charity FC issue.
Not a guarantee. So I can't say with a definite yes, because it's new enough to play the way Tuchel wants to play, right? And whether and that only happens if they all work out. So in the process of working it out, if majority of them click, then yeah, it would happen. But now you get some signings that didn't work out. You go for different signings, and that happens. Do you know what I mean? That even happened to Man City a lot too. If it didn't work out, they went through, how many fullbacks they went with didn't work out, and it's threw money at players. But it is a process of finding a team that clicks and the characteristics they can play. But what we did, we had such a mixed bag of different characteristics of players, didn't play, big money. We couldn't get rid of them, and we couldn't play one style that suited everyone. Do you know what I mean? If we played a 4-3-3 or the 4-2-2, whatever formation you thought of, it wasn't going to suit someone. Do you know what I mean? So someone was going to miss out. So to get the best out of your squad was to just play the way Tuchel wanted to play and try shoehorn everyone in and see if they can play it. And eventually, he would have got the arse under Roman, and they would have brought a coach that can try to get something. And we would have probably stuck in limbo, because before we realised that we had a massive problem, we probably would have went through so many managers that picked his squad and tried to make something happen. And it probably never worked out because it was so mixed. And now we just got rid of everyone. We got rid of so many players. It's great. I never thought it would happen. It was the main priority that we needed before bringing anyone in. Do you know what I mean? And it happened. Because I also had, and something I repeated that you guys remember, that I thought there was a disharmony last season. Because tactics is one thing, playing is one thing, but we lost some games. Players weren't in it. It's almost like some players didn't want to play the way, there wasn't a team cohesion. Players were playing their own way, and some of these lost. There wasn't a fight in some of these games. You can tell that from the league we won, the year we won the Champions League to the next season. It wasn't the same team. That's for me. So, and that was probably the main problem. That's probably why Tuchel said, there's a big problem in dressing room, and Bowley really wanted Tuchel, and he got them all out. So he picked the manager over the players, which is something that rarely happens. And for some people to actually think Tuchel out and Tuchel's going to lose his job if he has a bad season, nah. You have to imagine Bowley picking, right? Bowley picked Tuchel over all these players. So how can he get? So how is he going to be short-tempered to get or he's been on a tight rope to get rid of Tuchel now? After doing that, after committing so many players out and getting so many players in that he approved of, right? And then now he's on a tightrope. Does that make sense to anyone?
Yeah, it does.
So
yeah, it does.
It's going to be
sense,
yeah. I've used the analogy that we've had major surgery, and the team, and there's players in this team that some people called for that were their minds were somewhere else. I'm pretty sure, I had the feeling that Pulisic wanted out, Ziyech tried to get out, everyone called for Ampadu left, everyone called, why didn't we play Gilmore wanted out, right? These players were trying to get out, for me, right, the whole window. It just didn't happen. We couldn't bring players in. We went for so many players. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's Ibiza that brought it up too. Like, Todd Bowley couldn't get. I mean, bro. The way these deals happen is that there's easy over 100 people on deals. In cohesion deals, even people think Marina. I mean, Marina didn't know nothing about football too. She made decisions on what people told her, and that team of people is still at Chelsea. So there's nothing about deals. The reality of it is that you can go for a player that the club wants to sell. You can't go for every player, right? A club sets a price, doesn't want to sell, and if you pay the price, then you can talk to the player. If multiple people pay the price, multiple clubs, sorry, the player has a choice. And we saw players choose other clubs over us because we're not appealing right now because we got rid of everyone. We're the unknown. We just signed. That picture had 10 players, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Coach? That was 10
and not everybody is there.
We brought 10 players in, and how many left? Just as many?
12.
Yeah.
12 players left. 12 players.
12 players left. There is a question mark where Chelsea are and how long are we going to take to be top flight, right? Barca, with all their signings, Bayern Munich are more appealing at the moment for players, right? That's why we lost some players we actually went for, right? We actually put bids in for over them. We went for players that clubs wouldn't sell. It wasn't as easy, right, to get players in. Even if we want, people just say, just give that money and we'll get it. You even saw, I don't think we had any intention going for a midfielder, but in the short time, we offered good money for some midfielders and clubs wouldn't let them go. Even they begged to go. I think it was saying, is it Alvarez that really was begging apparently?
Alvarez.
Yeah, Alvarez. That's a perfect situation. The player wants to leave, really push for the move. Ajax didn't want to lose anyone else and said no. They didn't even care how much the money was, right? So it was a window. It was a seller's market. There wasn't enough players, and for the coolest chouse, the Mr. Be Honest, I think the FFP thing you said is not actually correct. We could have spent with the FFP, 300? I think it's 375, something like that. 355 mil. Like we could have spent over 350 mil, and it wouldn't affect FFP. That's how good of a position we are. And Todd Boehly wanted to spend so much more money that we bid it for Gabriel for next season. We didn't even buy it for now. We could have spent that. Everyone said, why not spend that money now? We couldn't get anyone else. So we went for a player we tried to get and possibly get him for next season. He still wanted. We spent 275 mil?
300 mark.
Close to 300. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I think it was 275 that we spent, or 273 was the exact number, right? And Todd Boehly still wanted to spend more. Our transfer kitty was in the 300s. We still had money to spend, and he wanted to spend it now. There is a new ownership, new owner leeway for I think 1 or 2 seasons that let new owners spend and invest in the club, right? In the FFP rules, that's something in there too. Plus, Roman left us debt free. Not even Lukaku's thing is in there. We had heaps of room. Boehly wanted to spend more money. That treasure chest was more. We just couldn't get the players. That's the situation we're in. We didn't have to balance books, right? There's no book balancing. The players that left are the ones that wanted to leave, and there's still more players that wanted to leave. When you think of that, think of how bad that dressing room was last season, and then when players realized that Tuchel is in such an important position, right, that there was no way that he was going to get sacked, players wanted to leave so quickly. Because a players hope when they don't get along with the manager, or they don't get with the team, they can say, well, if he keeps going like this, maybe the manager changes and the new manager will give me a chance or something like that. It can happen down the line. But when they realize that he's going to be here for years to come, because it is a big plan, players said, I'm never going to make it in this team, and then I want out. And there's a lot of players that left, that wanted out, and there's still players that want to leave. I think Chelsea Dan said it. Yeah, 278. Sorry.
You all right, man?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
278.4. We spent this
So yeah, this is. I mean, you got to add all those factors in for me. It's more than just the transfers we brought in. It's what we're doing. It's a major turnaround and a major team building. It's not going to happen just this season. So that's why it's a 10 out of 10 window. It's something very unique you'd see where a manager gets backed over players, and it's a major money loss over how many of the outgoings we got kind of like even the Gilmore thing, 9 mil. That's peanuts, man. He should have been worth more than that. We got burnt on all those outgoings, most of them. just because it was about getting them all out. And that's picking that over a manager. So I feel good that a manager is getting back so much, and that's why it's a 10 out of 10. It's not just the incomings. So I hope everyone understood that point.
Yeah, quickly before we move on, your expectations. Let me start with you because we have to stop as soon as possible because the other show starts at 7. And again, I've said hello to Mikhail, hello to everybody that I haven't said hello to, and hello to Phantom of Many Topics. Hello to Lee. Lee, I hope you're well. Mikhail here says again, it's over again at long last. Again, transfer window closes. You have to take a deep breath. Again, it was stressful, tiring. Again, anything you want to call it. You have every right to do so because it was all those things. But that's by the way. While I'm with you, Declan, let me ask you this: your expectations. Let me start you from Sterling. Let me start you with Sterling. Your expectations with Sterling, again, in a minute or two.
Expectations for the season?
Yeah.
To be probably, I was about to say consistent. I don't think he's that consistent. But he's going to be our main attacker. I think he's going to play the most games. He's going to be that lead up front. And I think he's going to have a massive influence on the way we on our attack, not just goals but assists and getting that ball deep in. It's something a bit more unique. It's probably what we wanted from Pulisic, and we weren't getting it from him. And Sterling is that great character profile that can carry the ball and get in the box, get in perfect position. He doesn't have a shot on him, but he's in position. So he's a great threat that we need that. We couldn't get from Hudson-Odoi and Pulisic.
And if we can put in those crosses, he will always be at the right place at the right time. He makes good runs. His runs are dynamic too. He's not static in the box. But go ahead.
Yeah, and because of how experienced he is, now he's going to have someone like Aubameyang. I think they're gonna click, those two. That's something to look out for. I'm really excited to see Broja play. That little glimpse that he gave me, I was already hyped about him, and you could just tell for a 20-year-old, he's like a steam train, great with his feet. He dribbles like a winger, and he has such a stroke on him too. I know he missed that header too, which he should have got more on, but I think the more he plays, he's going to be great. I can't wait to see him play, and I think Sterling is going to be very accommodating for him. And I think this attack has been revitalized, and I think that Havertz getting pushed out a bit. If Havertz he's not the number 9 anymore, right? And then if he starts to play where Mount played, and him and Mount switch, and Mount maybe plays there, whatever comes of it. When Havertz gets pushed to the more the other role, not the actual striker role, to the side role. If he gets the Mount role, he's the one that drops deep. And I think that's more what he's good at. So then Havertz's game will actually look better, and not really the one that we rely on to score. But he's still getting some positions and can still contribute in a better way. And so if you get more out of Havertz now Sterling and now you got Broja and Aubameyang, our attack has just changed altogether. And I think it might solve the big problem we have that everyone had. My biggest problem was the finishing, and now everyone was worried about chances, and I think they will all click all together.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate that. IBZ, coming to you. Your thoughts on Koulibaly, expectations for him, because some people are already saying he seemed he's not adapting well to the Premier League. I don't think that's the case. I think there is a lack of chemistry in that back line. There's lack of proper communication, but more importantly, chemistry. That's why on occasions we've seen him out of position. Your thoughts, what do you expect of Koulibaly this season, IVZ?
It's only a month, man. It's not even a month since Premier League's kicked off. And
we're still in pre-season.
Do you know what I mean? Like, blimey, let the team gel. Of course there's no chemistry. The backline just got formed this summer. There's going to be zero chemistry. there's not going to be no chemistry. People are very. It's why people call us plastic, man. That's why we get the trope we get. Like, this is why I get ridiculed by my rival friends. I don't have anything to say negative about him. What I expect from him is to just carry on what he was doing in Italy. Being a beast defender, he is. The chemistry will work out in time with more gameplay, with more games. The cohesion will work out, chemistry will evolve, and he'll be all right. So I'm not worried about him. It's his debut season, so I give him a little bit more time. Then I'll probably give, I don't know, Raheem Sterling. But again, it's a new team. It's new assembly. My expectations are very low this year. I'm not expecting everyone to move the world over. It's all about rebuilding, all about getting into transition, and coming out on top in the future. Right now, I can't expect a lot. I expect the owner to come in, transform the club after being in sanctions. I expect all the players, him to release the players that we have and bring in players that we have, and I expect us to challenge at the same time. Come on, man, I'm asking for a lot here, no? I'm not playing FIFA. This is real life, so everyone just enjoy it. What I expect is for them to just enjoy themselves, don't play under pressure, and give it a go. Give it a go. Intent. Show that you want it. That's all I expect. I don't expect you to do the most, but I mean, enjoy yourself. I think if you're not enjoying it, then it becomes a problem. Show intent, show hunger and desire. I guess that's with any footballer, wherever you're playing. And yeah, that's it really. There's no expectations right now. Just be the guy you've been all this year. Don't be another guy. Just be the same guy. You like it. I don't want him to come and do Rudiger role. I don't want him to come and do John Terry role. I want him to do Koulibaly role. So yeah, he will do it. Just give him time. Boom, move.
Yeah, again, Lee says, yeah, the clear out was was another reason I said this window has been the best of the years. Again, it has been actually, like the Glad said, it was just like us when Roman Abramovich took over. Lots of signings again. This has been all brilliant and strategic signing. If you ask me, that's how I see it. Rodrigo, to you, you can pick either Aubameyang or Sterling or we've discussed Sterling, Fofana or Cucurella or Zakaria. Your expectation for them? Any of them? Do we still have Rodrigo there?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Oh, sorry, I thought you were going to Daniel. Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So my expectation for, I just want them to enjoy the football, like what IBZ said. They shouldn't come into this season with so much. Obviously, they're professional. They have their own objectives. Personally, they wanna have, I don't know, maybe involved in 20 clean sheets or whatever. Those are their own objective. But for me personally, I want to see them express themselves, and that's been the case actually. All the new signings so far have really impressed me, and they've played well. Koulibaly had one or two shaky moments, but he's been solid otherwise. So I don't expect him to be like IBZ said, to be the next John Terry or Rudiger. I think if he does what he was doing in Italy, I think he'll be a very, very, very good signing. And we have him, Silva, and now Fofana. With Fofana again as a young player, so we should expect some inconsistency sometime. He might be very, very good in one game, and then in another game he might make one or two mistakes. But one thing we have in our hand is a very, very good centre back, and he allows us to play in a back four with him and potentially Silva or Koulibaly. He has the pace to cover, to run back and cover, because that's the issue we have when we play in a back four. Sometimes it felt like we didn't have enough pace in the team. and teams were able to run in behind us. So I still think we with the squad that we have, we'll either finish just outside the top 4, or we'll sneak in and get our last position. But what I want to see is just them enjoying. I want to see some good football. That will come with when people are jailing. Come on, it's been 1 month. It takes. It's not like here again. It's not like FIFA where you can just get a bunch of players, bunch of people, you put them together, and then you have a good team. It takes time. People need to understand the movement. People right now, they're still probably learning Sterling's movement as we speak. They still probably need to understand where the Sterling like to receive the ball. How does he want to receive the ball? And even Koulibaly, he's probably still learning how to, when I have the ball, who's the closest, where do I need to pass? Do I need to go long? Do I need to go short? Those things they come with training. They come with match practice. It'll come. So maybe what Chelsea have done this year is we've reversed our trend. We're usually very good. We always start like a bullet train, and then toward the end of the season, we usually go down. So maybe this time around we switch the trend. So we start in a bit iffy, but toward the end of the season or the second half of the season, I think we'll come good. Yeah.
Yeah. Did we buy any new goalkeeper? Didn't we buy a young goalkeeper?
We bought Lady Gaga.
Yeah. Apart from Gaga, did we buy any other goalkeeper?
No. That's it.
Oh, okay.
We only bought one goalkeeper in Chicago. That's Solonian. That's only one goalkeeper we bought in.
Oh, okay. Okay, but that's fine. I'll still come to you, Daniel. I think I should have asked the question the way I asked Rodrigo. I'm going to go back to Declan and back to IBZ, and then I'll go to Daniel. Declan, all the players you haven't talked about, what are your expectations for them?
So I covered the attack. Fofana will be great because I'm starting to think. I don't think I've seen maybe the first game. We've seen Reece James more in centre back than I think we've seen him in the wing back. So having Reece James in the position we all want him in is great. And he's already. I know people might see differently, but I hold a lot of weight for an EPL proven player, and he's young too. But like Rodriguez said, is that, and IBZ as well brought up the point too, is this is a new backline, and just Koulibaly and Silva are stars in themselves, but you saw the mistake they made for that goal against Southampton because of a misunderstanding. That chemistry, that understanding. Yeah, that's going to take time. I think we might see little errors too, and in that, and that's just those two. Now we're throwing another new player in there too that they've never played with, and if Silva might get a rest, Cucurella might be in. That backline's going to change a little bit, and it's very raw and new. When they start to click, that's when it'll be so great to see. It'll take some time, but I think in the meantime, I think Fofana is going to be great in ability, is what he has. He's going to stand out.
Just quickly, positive boy, Milan Skriniar isn't coming. Inter Milan doesn't want to sell him. Okay, and the transfer window is shut, so there's no chance he comes. Go ahead, Declan.
That didn't sound too positive from positive boy.
Just go ahead,
I
please.
like that one. I did like that one.
So that's how I say Fofana. Who else are you missing there? Oh, Cucurella. I think we already know what we're kind of getting from Cucurella, and even if, and the great thing about that is that even if Cucurella has a bad game, we have someone like Chilwell that can come in and do really well as well. So I think really the depth there is amazing. And I think Cucurella has just shown us that the intensity and hard work that he puts in, and I think he might. I'm kind of waiting to see. I think he's going to have some goals too. He's up and around in the mix when we start to play out a three in the back, because the last game he didn't really get in those positions. So I don't have to say much about Cucurella. And who else am missing there? The mystery man. What is it? Zach? I keep calling him Zakaria, but it's not.
Denis Zakaria. Yeah, Zakaria.
Is it Zakaria? Oh,
Zakaria.
Zakaria. He's going to be an interesting one. It's going to look genius if he clicks. And we only got him to do a job. We didn't get him for a starting position.
Once you're done, just hand over to IBC. Once IBC is done, let him hand over to Daniel. I'll be back in a few minutes.
That's it. So yeah, I think Zakaria has stolen the talking point of the window, and people forgot about Aubameyang. Is that who is this player and what's he going to do for us? And I think you said it, Rodriguez, where he was a good player before Juventus, and he didn't play a lot. And you brought up perfect examples of other players that didn't do well in Juventus. So he could come here, ball out. He's a total characteristic of someone we don't have. A big, tall DM, being told he can almost play centre back. He looks good on his feet, and I think the hope that I have is that he was a good player and well sought after before he went to Juventus, and Juventus gave him a decent wage package too. So that's the way I think they're really keen on getting him on loan to get him off the wage bill because he hasn't contributed a lot. If we can get something out of him, it'll be great because his ability on the ball is what has impressed me. He looks great on the ball, so I can't wait to
for someone 6
I can't wait to see him play.
For 6 foot player,
very Yaya Toure-ish kind of on the ball. Do you know what I mean? So big, it's going to be hard to get him off and stuff. Not that he's going to be Yaya Toure, just how he has the ball at his feet. If he comes through with if he actually does well, then yeah, I thought the midfield was our Achilles heel, but it might not be anymore if he actually clicks. But he can be. The other side of what I'm worried about is that he hasn't played a lot. He didn't play a lot for Juventus. He has a bit of a questionable injury record, even though they're all little small injuries, and he wasn't out long. He could be just as bad as how Kante and Kovacic are.
But obviously the hope is when he's injured, Kante, Kovacic.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. We have a rotating medical team. Medical bench. So one player comes back and then one player gets injured and stuff like that. That's how it's going to be. So it's going to be very, very interesting. I'm keen to see him play. I'm hopeful, and it was low risk. It's not like we really paid anything. We didn't pay anything for him. And if he balls out, was it 30 mil buyout clause? That's peanuts if he actually does well.
33.
Yeah. So I think people have to gamble. I think people have to understand because everyone's not happy with it. That I think I'm pretty sure we weren't going for a midfielder. It's only because we have injuries that we went for a midfielder, and on deadline day, or a couple of days left, you're trying to buy a midfielder, and people were expecting someone a first choice midfielder. I think that's where people were really being unfair. Let's just say to think that why didn't you get a midfielder early? I think they didn't really understand the situation, and I think we did all right for getting someone in. Well, it depends how he plays though. So I think that's covered everyone, yeah, pretty much. Is I busy? Have some fun, mate. You here, I busy?
Yeah.
Oh, I think we're.
Hello.
Yeah. I think we lost Abby. Yeah, we're first.
Yeah, I'm with you guys, man. I'm with you guys, man.
Yeah. So how do you feel about some of the other signings that we haven't mentioned?
Zakaria, yeah, man. My ethos has just been, we haven't got the luxury, or we never had the luxury to dictate who we want and who we don't want. Because at the end of the day, we need players, and we ain't got the people in place to get them in. So the fact that we got Zakaria in, it just okay, whatever. I'll deal with what way he plays in training. I'll deal with I just need a player that plays in that position imminently, because obviously going into weekend we're short. So the player is someone I've heard of. I've seen a few clips of him. I haven't, to be honest, I didn't really see his time at Juventus, nor did I see his time at Mönchengladbach. Probably I saw a few games at Juventus, but I didn't even know it was him. Just saw a brother in the middle. What I'd say from what I've seen, yeah, it looks like we've got a good presence in that midfield now. I don't know how he is with his feet. I don't know how he is dribbling wise, but I do know he's got a tackle in him and he's aggressive. And that's what I think we need in midfield. We need not to get bullied in midfield like we did in Southampton a couple of days ago. So yeah, I'm all for it. Again, I can't. It's not the ideal transfer window I would have liked, but for what it is, we have to give the benefit of the doubt and say it is what it is. It's happened. Can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. It's happened. So I give support to what it is. So Zakaria, if that, like you said, alluded to, if that midfield can work out well, then we probably have a very good midfield. We have someone that rotating with an injured competition, Kante. Obviously, having him and Jorginho, or him and with Loftus-Cheek, or him and Gallagher. You know, we now have options there, so it helps, and that may funnel down to even, you know, having more freedom for the attack. You know, Kai Havertz and Mason Mount not having to rely on dropping deep to defend, and now having a striker up top. So it all sounds nice. It all sounds good. It looks good. It looks like we have sorted out the cracks for now. I don't believe this is a long term. Obviously, we can't argue it's long term, but for now, we have sorted out the cracks in which Thomas Tuchel can work with, and we'll see where we are. So that's why I'm not really putting pressure on anyone. I don't want to hear. I'm not expecting Aubameyang to be the top goal scorer. I'm not expecting. You know what I mean? I'm not expecting Koulibaly to have the most clean sheets, all of that stuff. No. It's all about bedding yourself in to the Chelsea way, enjoying your football, enjoying your lifestyle. Because if you're not enjoying yourself, how are you going to enjoy yourself at work? And build a cohesion and build chemistry. And Tuchel should be able to build from that. So yeah, I'm very optimistic, Declan. I'm good to go, man. I'm optimistic, but again, my expectations are low.
Yeah, and it's the perfect way to look at it, because when you have this many turnover of players, this is for any club. All the points you made are a requirement. To wait for chemistry, to wait for them to click, and to have patience and have a lower expectation. Do you know what I mean? Because everyone's going to look at us. Yeah, everyone's saying that we spent 270 mil.
I couldn't care less. We could spend $1 billion. I couldn't care less.
It's a talking point. People are going to say you need to win the title, but that's without context.
Obviously, because the people think, money buys success, so that's the formula they're using. So they think, X amount, you spent the most, you're supposed to do the most with that money, without actually putting into context that we actually needed to spend the money, regardless of if Rudiger left, Christensen left. We needed to spend money. The squad needed refixing. It just hindered us that A, we were in the sanctions, B, players that we thought we could build around actually left. In terms we had to add more. So yeah, we are where we are. So I don't know why people. I eradicate the money. Money is irrelevant in this situation because it's the rebuild. I couldn't care less. We just need like Bobby always alludes to. If you want the quality, it's going to be expensive. You pay for it. Boom. And whatever that cost is, you're ready to spend it. Obviously, we've been very reserved and not paying over the odds for players, which I kind of respect, because at the end of the day, if you're a bit naive, you'll just pay for what you want in it, and then people will judge you later. But I believe that we are where we are, and it's just going to be transitional. I'm expecting transitional, and I'm not worried because, okay, fine, it don't go well this season. It will definitely go well next season or the season after, because I know that my owners are ambitious. Look at Newcastle. Newcastle last year, they couldn't find a win or find enthusiasm until the PIF turned up. PIF turned up. They're dreaming of all sorts. We're talking about us who are already in success, who have a new owner that wants to continue that success. Yes, it may not look good now, but are you telling me that it's not going to look good soon? You know, it will really look good. It will really, really look good. It will really, really look good. So I'm not worried at all. I can easily
You,
sit
you,
back, like Thanos, watch the world. You know what I mean? Sit in the world, watch the
I
world,
wish
keep that
I
in
wish we
balance.
can
You know
click
what
our fingers and the team clicked as well. But
I mean?
you know what I was going to bring up that I'm worried
Go on,
about,
bro.
because I agree with everything you said,
Yeah,
and I think that it's a bad season for what we need, is because I think as we get closer to the World Cup, I think is
Aye.
when we're going to get some momentum, and I think the
Okay.
World Cup might kill it,
Might kill it. But
and
again,
then
that would be for
have
everyone else,
us,
though,
and then
wouldn't it?
no, but see, we're in a situation where we're trying to build chemistry. The team's trying
Oh,
to
yeah,
play together, and then we got some momentum, and the World Cup starts, and that might kill that,
That
and then
might
it
kill
might
us.
take us a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might it
Two
might
steps
it might
back.
we might have a rocky restart to
Yeah,
get back to that.
yeah.
That's what I'm
That's
worried
exactly
about,
what I know
because
what you're saying.
because I know we're going to start clicking. You know, it's going to take a little bit, and we just have this World Cup in the middle that can just stop momentum.
Yeah.
And so
No,
um
anything could happen. A player's nation could have been very hard done by in the World Cup. This ain't Champions League final. This is the World Cup. Emotions are the highest of any I've seen any footballer in the World Cup. And because it's so mid-season, as soon as you finish the World Cup, you're back to base, back to club football for the rest of the season. Your mind's got to be
yeah.
right. What if I don't know. Hopefully not, touch wood, but I don't know. England, I don't know. Final, have another Wembley Euro final. Do you know what that will do to the players like Mount, Reece James?
Rip 'em.
You'll rip him. You know what I mean? You'll rip him. So, like, you're right. It's a big concern, but I believe that maybe Tuchel. I just believe Tuchel knows how to manage these mentalities and know how to say to the players, you know what, enjoy yourself, go out there, go do it for your nation, and come back proud. Wherever you fit, come back proud, come back rejuvenated. Look at it like this way, the club. They can come back learning something. Like, you know what, the hunger for this is more now. I've been with it in my country. I've seen it. Now I want to emulate it into my club football. You know, obviously playing with your countrymen is different than playing with your club. Yeah, that's different. But there's so positives you can take from that. Going with my countrymen, we were down, and I fought a battle with my fellow countrymen, and we came out on top. You're gonna take that to where you're learning your training. You're like, you know what I learned from my countrymen? This is what I learned. All these dressing room dynamics, all these you know what I mean? You can implement that. So it's a concern. But let's also look at it like it could be a positive thing.
Well, you were saying the positive things, the negatives out of which I'm worried about, and there is some positives, but that's why it's a cup when it's on the off season, because mid-season they're gonna leave everything on the pitch, but they're gonna come. But no, but that's the thing. That's the part of the problem when you leave everything on the pitch, and you have to come play back-to-back games. Do you know how many games are squeezed in after the World Cup? It's going to be non-stop. And if we're involved in, like we have been in every competition, it's going to be insane. It's so much on these players. They're going to be drained.
That's why my expectations this year.
Oh my God! But hey guys, I'm on a Chelsea fan. I'm on a Chelsea fan page on the app, man, and so much negative going on with Koulibaly. They're thinking.
No, you know what it is. This is an unpopular opinion, and I didn't want to cast it, but I think we as Chelsea fans are fickle like leaves. Like, you know, when the wind breezes, the leaf turns over a new leaf. And we are fickle. We are like that. We have no backbone in our stance or our support with a club without being so reactionary.
I'll just put a statement there,
IBC. I believe that is us, innit? And it's not something to be cool with. It's not because, we're used to winning, so we have to demand that. No, who the hell, what gives you the God-given right that every year you're given the right to compete at the top? and given a right to play. It's not Chelsea's Premier League. It's not Chelsea's Champions League. It's everyone's to play for. You're not there because your name. You're there by merit. You're there on good performances. And if you don't prepare to compete in this situation, what gives us the goddamn right to be there in the first place? So it is what it is. Let's not be reactionary. Let's not say, oh yeah, no, we should go. Like, you can go there and run 15 minutes, let alone 19 minutes on a full pitch and do a better job than Koulibaly. Let's stop. Let's have it right.
Yeah, IBC, what it is, what it is with Koulibaly, Koulibaly.
Fickle. It's very fickle. That is very fickle.
With Koulibaly.
Yeah, so Daniel, you go ahead, take the opportunity, because the other show starts in 8 minutes. I think they still need my help.
So that's by the way.
They still need help to start. What are you doing with my ID? IBZ. They still need my help to start. I think I messaged them, they couldn't respond. And again, I think when I come back, I think we'll launch the Convo show where free form. It's enjoyable to listen, to men on the panel talk without a structure, but still talk in a civilized way. Again, it's enjoyable. Some people will prefer the shows that way, but that's not going to change Blue Morning. The Convo show is going to be very different. So take a minute, tell us your thoughts on everything we talked about, Daniel. We've experimented with it. We streamed for 16 hours plus yesterday. 17 hours plus, nearly 20 hours.
I was just hearing Declare and IBC proper chatting away, and the questions were well, what I was thinking about, I was just trying to say about Koulibaly, as everyone Declare agree and IBC. With Koulibaly, I said so many times, Koulibaly he's had a really stressful games for the last 5 games in, where he hasn't adapted very well into the Premier League, because he's never played the Premier League fast football in such a big league of the Premier League. I was just saying, I'm in this Chelsea fan status, and I can see people being so negative about this Koulibaly situation, but I've just put a good status in there, and the admin in the Chelsea fans thing, he just came up to me and just said that was a really good stat. What you just said. The question was, what I wanted to ask you guys with this situation with Koulibaly with the mistake when he got sent off with a red card, he physically for a minute it's not strengthened as well what we see him what he did at Napoli. Yes, it's that. I don't know why people are being so negative about Koulibaly with his centre back positions. What's been going on? It's because I've explained to the people in the Chelsea thing. You've got to understand, with our centre backs, they was pushing out as a midfield, not as a centre backs. They were trying to help to adapt the midfield with thing, and that's why they come out of place, and that's why we conceded the goal against Southampton to 2-1. But with Koulibaly, right, you can see how much grown and how much strength he's got in him, and how much he's going to be really good for us as a centre back. With situations with he's probably his nerves growing on him, because he was.
Rodrigo, are you able to answer that in just a minute or two?
Yeah.
Rodrigo?
I'm here. What was the question? Sorry, I missed that.
Basically, with the card at Koulibaly's, I put a statement on this Chelsea fan of people being so negative with Koulibaly, with his physicality and his strength as a centre back. What's been his mistakes since he's played for Chelsea in the 5 games. I put a good statement in a Chelsea fan thing about, because there were so many fans being so negative that they want Koulibaly out now at this transfer market this season, because they think he ain't good enough as a centre back, because they're promoting to another centre back. Well, we had 6 years ago, he wasn't good, and we got him out with tomorrow. But what I'm saying this year, Rodrigo, with Koulibaly's physicality, what he did at Napoli, he was brilliant, and the way his nerves at Chelsea, I don't see a potential. I see the potential him being the most successful centre back. He will be a world class for us, and to give him time as the centre back. My thoughts with Koulibaly, yes, he has he's ascension for a minute in the Chelsea. It's only 5 games in, and the guy needs time to reduce speed in the most successful Premier League. What do you think you guys we should see at Koulibaly to do wrong in this particular situation? Because I don't for a minute see anything he's doing wrong. I just think it's just the nerves, what's going on surrounding him, and the centre back was basically not as a centre back role. They were in the midfield, and that's why we conceded against Southampton 2-1. Just gone. I hope you guys agree. I think Koulibaly's not doing nothing wrong. I'm just thinking.
Let him answer. I have just like 1 minute, just 1 minute.
No, he hasn't. Exactly, he hasn't done anything wrong. I mean, again, he's getting used to his new teammate. He's adapting really well. I think he's been excellent actually. All our signings have been good. I think that, like you said, the mistakes have come from midfield, not necessarily from centre back.
That's why he got sent off, innit? That's why he got sent off. Koulibaly got sent off for the red card because he was out of his position, wasn't it? That's why he was in the CDM. So, yeah, that's the main thing I've got to say, coach. But apart from the team we've got, Fofana, it's like Declare and IBC said, it's going to be a situation with a three at the back. Yeah, they've got to adapt to as a new centre back, new players between the club, and once these three centre backs get used to each other, you're going to see a different team this season. So I think we've got good progress with the good signings we've got. So.
All right, again, thank you very much. I want to say thank you to all the panelists. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to go through everyone's name. Again, I will start the culture. Let me call it the culture of adding everybody's information in the description section. I think I've asked for it before. I think it was only Bobby that provided his. Again, I want to say thank you to everyone in the panel. Thank you to the Queen for helping keep the house clean. Thank you to Liam Lane, who was there later on but had to go for something personal he told me about. Thank you to Coach Chris for finding the time to join, PJ Artis and everyone else. Again, with that, we've come to the end of the show. Thank you, guys. And if you have time, please do join Helgi and Dan for the West Ham United preview game. I appreciate again you guys all. Thank you so much. God bless us all, and bye.